I know it's completely silent, guys. It's because I can't play audio that I can hear, that only you can hear. I just can't do it, Chad. I just can't do it. I'm trying my best here, okay? I'm trying my best, but I'm going full Jimmy Stewart over here. Isn't that right, Kim? Right?
Quite right, yes.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Hello, this is my first stream. Well, it's all downhill from Tickle Roku. I'm not gonna lie. This is not the best first stream for you. This is
What's that supposed to mean?
That is, yeah. You know, it's just,
What?
Yeah. One second, I turned on co-op so you can help Kim.
What? Okay, hold on here.
Welcome, everybody, to the Weary 101. We're not actually at the Weary 101. We're here at the Forbidden Temple.
Right.
Yeah. Now, everybody, welcome. I'm joined by Kim right here. It is the Halloween week. Right? Were you not able to join?
No. It just, I did a dumb.
You did.
Listen, I did a stupid thing. It's fine now. Don't worry about it.
Did you turn off the game?
Don't know. I didn't. That's not what happened at all.
I don't know. I don't know. So chat, how sus is Kim right now?
Duh.
Nah. Is Taika dressing for Halloween?
Oh god, this is gonna take.
What did you do? What happened?
I'm just looking at it downloading dirt.
You gotta download all that dirt. Gotta download. See, normally it was technically called downloading T, but yeah, I can see that being replaced.
Yeah.
Second Twitch stream while at work. Let's go. All right, Crimson Rain, let's go. Everybody, we got the sound alerts working, by the way. That you won't believe it, everybody. The sound alerts are working. I spent yesterday dedicating myself to going, why is it not working? Why is it borking? Is it me? Am I bitches? And turns out, while I am bitches.
The answer is always yes.
Textraxion. Hi, I'm new. Hi, I'm bitches. See, this is what I need. A hello, my name is bitches tag.
Oh, can do.
I don't like that you're able to make those things. I also don't like that I come up with things very casually like that.
Yeah. No problem. Pulling up my thing right now.
This is Patrick. No, this is Patrick. So everybody, we're joined by Kim. We'll be playing some Deep Rock Galactic later today, everybody. Wyatt VT, thank you so much for the 60 months of support. We have a hype train going on, and Kim Roy's not even in the game yet. Bo Sheep's watching. My God, we're having a wild time. Thank you, Bo, for the 19 months of support. So you know what I'm doing right now, Kim?
Yeah.
Not playing my Steam Deck. Yeah.
Well,
Delphine the Del Fox with a 500 bits. Thank you so much, Delphine the Del Fox. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Chaz Dispenser with a 5 months of support. 6 months. Let's go!
Uh-oh.
You're on a 5-month streak. I know. So, Kim, you're loading in the dirt. Why is it so hard to load dirt in you?
It's not. I promise. It's just that
is the game struggling to render
It's because you've already done like 30% of the map. So it's all right. It's 20%.
Okay, so chat, what she doesn't want to admit is right now the game is failing to load in her hip ratio. It's just not working. They're like, listen, we can handle a lot of hip ratios and a lot of ass and thighs, but you're asking a miracle of this render, okay? That's right.
Oh, yeah. You even suggest.
Roan 1 flew with 57 months of being alive. If only I could join you in that high score.
Yeah, that's a dream that is sadly not going to happen now.
No. No. So as you can tell here, so not Crim. Oh wait, you're not in here yet. It says you're in the game, but you're not here.
It's I'm at 30%.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
if I keep cleaning, if I keep blasting, that means it's going to take longer to load. Okay, so
probably not, because it just adds to it.
Okay, so the more I clean, the further away you'll be kept. So and then a cleaning a day keeps the Kimrai away, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I see that you are still cleaning. What the hell are you doing?
Well, I do like living. I plan to do more of it. Tetraxion, thank you so much for the sub. My God, everybody. We're up to a tier 2 hype train, baby. We got the boat I cleaned. We got the heli copy that I
Oh,
cleaned.
wow. Like a regular James Bond villain hideout.
Yes, it's might be low-key the plot.
That's true. That's true.
Not being dirty keeps Kimura away. That makes perfect sense.
Anytime now, 40%.
Nope. 40% now?
Yeah.
Every time I blast something, it restarts.
Oh my god.
I can't believe I started this stream.
Stop cutting me. It's supposed to be the other way around.
It's not the way. You know that's not the way it works. Cucking. I can't even qualify. It doesn't count as cucking. All that bullshit wasn't cucking. Let me tell you, I was an active participant. Ay. Thank you, MTK Plays. That's right, everybody. You see those redeems? They're working. Also, that was a good South Park redeem right there. Ding, 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 ding. Actually, stay right there. I got all this stuff on my keyboard. 1 second.
Wait, what?
I'm ignoring you.
Oh. Stuff. All right then. Okay. You heard it here first. Time to call the snake goddess. Ah, Vex. I do adore her. Probably dog food. Maybe. Is this the continuation of the map from like a month ago? I assume so.
My WASD keys had some oil on them. I don't want to talk about why my WASD keys had oil on them. I don't know why oil got on my WASD keys.
Were you playing one of those games that Prism is so fond of?
I needed more speed, evidently. Are you in the game yet?
It's 60%.
When you get to 69%, are you going to say le sex number?
Yes.
Okay, well, it's good that you... Is that what we're calling it now? Listen, every man is either a controller or a WASDA motherfucker, okay? The art of WASDA. See, I just gotta say, okay, 7 more seconds of time frame. Ah!
Yeah,
5,
literally
4,
every
3, 2,
time you start
1.
doing that, it adds to my time.
So the only way to play the game is to not play.
Yeah. Is there a hype train?
Oh, there was. Now it's over.
Oh.
7 subs, 1,000 bits. Thank you so much, everybody.
Very nice.
Everyone's too kind. That's right, everybody. What if I told you I had a fun-filled week? We got Lena Lazar coming onto the bar this Friday. We got,
Lena.
Chibi night. We're doing a Chibi Halloween special on Thursday too.
Oh, that's so cool. You guys got costumes picked out?
Shit. I'm a VTuber. You think I can get a costume made for Halloween in this economy? Please.
It's so easy.
It's so easy, is it?
Yeah. I do my own
arrives.
like makeshift costumes all the time.
Oh, I do too. I plan to just cut out the face of Master Shake and just slap it on my face and be like, why me my costume? Why can't people enjoy and understand the subtleties of my character? Just put on a green shirt and go as Shaggy. I don't think you realize how difficult it is to put clothes on me. Don't, Kim. Don't. You're not here yet. You can't.
But I am in mind.
Load into the game, and then you can talk.
I am at 75%. You just, I know, this is very odd for you. Why? 72%.
What are you talking about? I'm not doing anything.
Yes, you are. I can see the screen. It's a little delayed, but I see it.
Listen. We got paid by Dwayne Johnson to clean his Scorpion King temple from the second Mummy movie, the best Mummy movie. Okay? Are you one of those people that gets all angry at the Mummy Returns for, I don't know, being bad or some terrible shit people say? People say that movie's bad. I for the life of me don't know why. I'm like, do you hate fun? Did the first movie,
do you not like being entertained?
My favorite part about the second movie was just when they're leaving the museum, the British Museum, and she just starts dragging the bench towards the door. Honey, these guys don't use doors. And they all burst out of the third story windows. It's shit like that makes me love those movies. It's just like everything is action packed, but there's just like no, don't do that, and that's like half the fun of that shit. And Brendan Fraser is a treasure, and I was rewatching that movie, going, he's out acting everybody in this movie. How the fuck is this happening? There you go.
Yeah, he is.
Brendan Fraser.
I'm so glad to see that he's coming back and doing well.
He's going to be cast as something in the Marvel Universe or DC. They already cast him in DC for that Batgirl movie that got canceled, but he's going to be cast as someone in Marvel pretty soon here. There's no doubt they already haven't pegged him out for a character. And I do hope they get honest. Is it in truth, I wish he was Adam Warlock. He's too old to play the character, but I do wish he kind of played him actually. Because if anyone was to play or Star-Lord and shit, there's just too many characters he could play. He's just so versatile.
He is very.
He's in Doom Patrol as well. I know he's in Doom Patrol, everybody, but the DC stuff isn't really like canon within itself. It's all like weird side canon stuff.
That's very true as well. That's
why my mom was asking about the new Rock movie. It's like, is that Black Adam movie good? My 7-year-old mother going, is the Black Adam movie good? Hearing my mother say Black Adam unprompted is a hell of a thing, let me tell you.
Okay, we're so close. 97.
Bring in the Fantastic Four into the MCU and let him be the Thing. Oh, see, he's the Doom Patrol robot guy. He is Robot Man, but he does the voice, not the physical acting. But physical actor's good. Hi, King Mike. Imagine that one whole year of funny bartending man. Oh, man, one whole year of that.
100%! Don't do anything.
Believe you.
Oh my god, I'm here. And everything is so loud. Hold on.
How's the volume right now, everybody? I might have to boost my own audio. Hello, everybody. Welcome. 360 flip! Okay, cool.
All right. There we go.
Hi, Kim.
Thanks. Hello.
Okay, you be Brendan Fraser, and I'll be Arnold Vosloo. The Mummy! How do you not know the exact every cast member of The Mummy?
How do I not know?
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that. I enjoyed the movies, but I did not.
How often do you clean your shrine to Arnold Vosloo?
How often?
Yeah.
Well, by the look of it, never.
But he's the Mummy! He's Imhotep. Imhotep. Fuck, I love that original. Yeah, those movies are just fun. Those are just great, fun adventure movies.
They are. And also a fantastic roller coaster.
Yes, I will say the second movie lacks something the first movie has, and that simply is Benny. Well, Benny, looks like you're on the wrong side of the river! Oh, shit! I fucking love Benny's actor, and I'm shocked he wasn't in more things. I love when he's cornered by the Mummy, and he's like, oh, please don't kill me! He pulls out different religious things, and just different religious icons.
Oh, an archaeologist raid.
Oh, whoa, Zegamas? An archaeologist raid, but how... Oh, no, we're unearthing an ancient temple. He wants credit. No, this is ours! Loud. It's ours! This is our ancient temple! Now, there's a sarcophagus. It hasn't been open for 2,000 years. The writing says it's a curse. We're going to open it up because I think it might have, like, dick powder or something that will make my dick hard. I don't know. We're going to figure it out, though, okay? Man will open up every cursed artifact until he gets his magic dick powder, okay?
What is this?
What? What is what?
Nothing.
What is this? Hold on.
No. Nothing.
Wait, hold on. What the fuck? These are ancient hieroglyphics. What? Wait, hold on. What the fuck? Cam!
What?
The Ferris wheel! Oh my god.
I need to test something.
It's thousands of years old. It's always been thousands of years old. Aliens?
Wow.
Holy shit, you're right. God damn, look at this. Just bursting out. All the information.
I was just like, it's triple the dick power. Okay. Okay. There we go.
You mean Egyptian Viagra? Yes.
Yeah.
If a society exists, at some point someone said, this will make your dick hard, and they charge, a guy's like, okay, sweet! Stone Smooth, thank you for the 18 months of support.
What could go wrong? Except everything.
For all of it.
Mm.
So there's a new Family Guy season out. Did you see the joke?
No.
Okay, so Lois, I don't know the whole story, but Lois hypnotizes Peter, so every time he hears the extra, extra, extra thing from, like, Entertainment Tonight, extra, 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 you know that thing?
Yeah.
He'll eat Lois out.
What?
That's all I'm gonna say. That's the newest episode. I know, but okay, listen. Half the show, it shouldn't be called Family Guy anymore. It should just be called The Family, because it's more of an ensemble thing. It's not about Peter Griffin anymore. They don't have enough Seth MacFarlane anymore. So essentially, Peter, Brian, and Stewie, they very rarely hang out with each other. They're usually hanging out with another cast member instead. Like, Brian and Stewie are still friends for their asides and any kind of group conversations, but as for solo episodes, they're very rare because they don't have as much Seth MacFarlane now. Mm-hmm. So the writers have pretty much been writing Peter hanging out with Chris or Lois or that, or like it's like Brian and Lois instead. Like, pretty much no more Seth MacFarlane talking to himself episodes.
Right.
No more of that, essentially.
Yeah. No sane person wants to do that for very long.
No, even there was a joke in one of the newest episodes. Peter just picks up the phone. What? American Dad got picked up for 3 more seasons? God, will I ever have a weekend? He just looks up. Oh! Anyways, what were you saying, Lois? And I just went... And even 2 seasons ago, all right, I need all the actors to form a shield around me to hide me from the view of the American Dad people. Does this have anything to do with that Lois scream clip that went out? Yes, that is specifically why that Lois scream came from. It's from that episode specifically. Alex Borstein, the actress who plays Lois Griffin in Family Guy, is so fucking talented. She is such a talented performer. People don't really realize she was on Mad TV for years too. She was one of their main actresses they had on that show for a while. I believe she was, and now she's one of the head writers too for Family Guy. So essentially, with Family Guy having less MacFarlane, they have lots of Alex Borstein, so they've been writing more Lois Griffin episodes. And
nice.
In truth, it's great because Alex Borstein's a great actress.
Very nice. I haven't seen any new episodes.
New stuff is fine. And she's the cop from the new Bad Guys movie. She's got an amazing range. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, it's true. New Bad Guys movie. There's a Bad Guy movie? Oh no.
It's that it's another animal-esque
Zootopia
movie.
too?
It's like Zootopia, but sexier.
Oh man, so like the same thing again, but except with less propaganda?
And sexier.
Listen, I'm pretty sure the Zootopia fans will tell you how sexy that movie was. It was intended for children, so of course they wanted to bang everything in it. Try everything! No. So Alex Borstein, crushing it as Lois, as always, really earning her paycheck. It's just really fun to watch.
Nice.
It's just funny that we have less Seth MacFarlane because he's filming his Star Trek comedy show. That's a silly reason, but also, I don't know.
Is that the Orville?
The Orville, which is way better than it has any right to be. It's like the best Star Trek on television, right? I know! It's because he's a Star Trek fan!
Nice.
Motherfucker loves his moral. He loves his moral gray episodes. Like, he has all these big moral episodes. And Mim said it best. How is it that the Seth MacFarlane funny Star Trek show has better trans stories than almost any other media? And I was like, holy shit, what? It's true. No, it is actually true. There's an alien race that does forced gender reassignment.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So they wrote backwards from there to talk about kind of like trans issues. And honestly, it's really compelling. Really compelling.
Oh,
really good. Really good, compelling stuff. It's why he's like, Seth loves Star Trek for what it is, where you're able to tell some really complex stories in a sci-fi setting, and that's something he wants to do.
So what's the reasoning behind the forced gender reassignment? Is it just like for breeding purposes?
Pretty much. So essentially, men can lay eggs with each other. Women also exist in their culture, but men do not require women to have offspring in their race. Now, women are still exist, but from what I'm understanding, in their race, it's like 1 in 1,000.
Oh.
Yeah, and I don't fully know because again, this has been going on for thousands of years. So, to the point where the alien member of the crew, I don't want to spoil anything, but this directly affects him and his partner. Yes. The Mocklins. Yes, the Mocklins, everybody. The Mocklins are just really, really... You know what it is? It's like the Klingon race minus all the warrior stuff and just about the pure social toxic masculinity stuff. Well, there's a whole thing where they meet pretty much one of the few female Mocklins who's hiding, and to just sit there flying along on this ship and having a conversation. She doesn't really have access to much art, so she starts listening to music available, starts playing some... Just starts playing some 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a day to... Ooh! This song! What is it about? This is... And he starts talking about... Who made 9 to 5, right? You know who made 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Starts talking about Dolly Parton. And and what she did. Because he's a music aficionado in the show. That's his thing. He likes old music. So she's like, this will be our war cry! And she starts playing the music louder as they're flying to 9 to 5 play. So then when there's an all-women commune away from the male Mocklins that the male Mocklins attack, but they're lying in wait. So as they're talking about a peaceful treaty for the women to be left alone, and the Mocklins are like, and we will take what we need to. You say that, but will it be so easy? And it cuts to the crowd, cuts to all the women fighting back against the guys. Working 9 to 5, what a way to make it! They're just beating them with fucking sticks and shit. There's like covering fire and stuff while the music's playing, and I'm like, I love this show. I love this show. I love this show because this is what you can have a great conversation about this, but also know how to utilize music for a fight scene.
Exactly.
It's good shit. It's just there's lots of fun moments, and I actually care about the cast. You know, so it's worth a watch. Though, man, people aren't a fan of season 3. It's because it might be their last season, so they're going for broke. They're writing all the stories they want to write before it's too late, essentially.
And it just feels a little heavy.
Oh, literally the first episode starts with a character, and I can't say why, but he essentially is not a biological person, and he commits suicide. As far as it can be interpreted. But since he's non-human, technically it's not suicide, but technically it is. So they are trying to figure out the morality of bringing him back to life.
Oh.
I know, right? See, this is why Seth MacFarlane, like, yeah, there we go. That's a Star Trek episode right there. That's what that would be. Moral, a lot of moral questions, right? So yeah, that's called the Orville, everybody, and it's season 1's interesting because you can tell that he sold it on it being funny, but managed to work all his Star Trek stuff in there. Season 2 is less funny. And Season 3 has next to no jokes. What anime is this again? Seth MacFarlane's Yeehaw Star Trek Abridged.
What anime is this again? We're not allowed to discuss anything but anime here.
Yeah, we don't have Vex here, so I'm the only anime stuff here right now. Speaking of which, Kim, I've noticed you've been streaming more as yourself. I noticed you've been busy with stuff lately. How's it been going over? How's the mistress been doing lately?
I've been doing I'm doing all right, you know. Just chilling.
There's a season 2 episode, Zendo Krenel. Look for the Mocklin episode. Just type in 9 to 5 the Orville, and you'll find it because it's really fucking funny. I'm also just a sucker from using classic music in sci-fi shit. It just makes it feel good. I always like that.
You also like to use contrast choices.
I don't think it's a contrast. I think it contextualizes it. It's like, let me give you an example. All right, so I'm going to use Star Trek because modern Star Trek does a lot of this. Because Star Trek does not, Star Trek does it, but Star Wars doesn't. Because Star Trek is technically based on our world, right? Like, it's our timeline. Whereas Star Wars is a complete made-up timeline. So they don't have any of our art, whereas Star Trek would have access to all of our art. So does mouse and keyboard work with Xbox Power Wash Simulator? I believe it does, but this got a lot of utility. This is one of the most suggested games on the Steam Deck, actually. Modern Star Trek has some, it just has hit or misses, and one of the main reasons is I feel like a lot of sci-fi writing is performative nonsense nowadays. Like, finally a showrunner actually said it and admitted it, which also made a lot of sense. He admitted some older show writers for The Witcher actively disdained the games and the books. And I'm like, that explains some of your episodes, because some of your episodes almost feels like they resent that they have to write characters a certain way. And I'm just like, it's weird that they would apply for a job that they would actively resent, but then again, I'm not a narcissist.
I'm assuming it was a case of
same thing as the Outlaw Star Dog. This was just a Netflix specifically thing. They were giving work to people who didn't like the IP they were working on, and it's just like that's a recipe for disaster. One guy in there, yes. Having one guy who doesn't like the IP to challenge it is actually a great thing. It's a great thing,
when the entire team doesn't like it.
Oh, when a good chunk of the team is, because here's the thing, there'll be these writers now. When you do adaptive work, that means you're adapting what you're reading. You're changing this into a format. Now, adaptive work on the eyes of a lot of people is not seen as prestigious as making your own original work. Now, most people who are new to the business know when you do adaptive work, you're being paid money to adapt someone else's work. Now, normally an artist who understands their position and is aware of where they're at will do their job. Narcissistic performers who think that their ideas are just so fucking great because they watched Suicide Squad once and know how to write Harlequin, they will go in there. I'm sorry, this is a particular thing is how they write women, and I can tell. They write all the women to be like Harlequin from the Jared Leto movie, specifically. They write her to be like Margot Robbie. They wrote Faye in Outlaw Star to be like Margot Robbie's Harlequin. And the reason why is it's a very strong personality that it can kind of write itself. And since they're not actually good at their jobs, they do that. And that's what kills me about this is the overall producers of these shows know that these writers do not respect this IP, but they still keep them on board and are all shocked. Like, there's another good example here. Paramount got in trouble. Want to know why? I think you'll find it hilarious. They made a Halo TV show. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
You ever noticed how no one talked about it after it came out? When it came out, you never really saw anyone talk about it, really. The creator of the show came out and said this in an interview as a brag. He said when he took over for the show, he didn't know what Halo was and intentionally avoided. It is Cowboy Bebop, not Outlaw Star. Sorry. He intentionally avoided playing the games or reading any of the books. And my reaction was, so you got paid money to understand something and went out of your way to not understand it as a point of pride. And you're surprised that people don't like it because it seems like you don't know what you're talking about. You do know that this isn't an original IP or like a comic book. This is a multi-billion-dollar video game franchise.
Yeah, it's like people don't understand fan bases.
Oh, no, you know what it is? They do, but they think that their ideas are better. That's the problem I have with a lot of adaptive works. A lot of adaptive works especially Netflix, they keep letting people be in charge who think that their own ideas are better than the adaptive works they're working on. And they derail everything by doing that. There's another specific case I can bring up on a much less professional level. And this is actually at Rooster Teeth. I know, right? Now, much drama at Rooster Teeth, but I will say this. They made a bunch of animated shows. They made Ruby, rest in peace, Monty Ohm. After he passed away, the quality dipped immediately because the showrunner was gone. A man named Gray Haddock, who is a trained voice actor who worked at a small dubbing studio in Austin, Texas, found himself in a position where he could become a production manager. Very, very excited about his new position, he forgot to do a good job and instead focused on his own IP. He ended up stealing money from multiple other animated projects for his own series called Genlock, which is very much a anime nerd's attempt at writing his own fanfiction of a Gundam series that's also just the Power Rangers. He cast Michael B. Jordan, Maisie Williams, all these AAA talent, and no one bothered watching it, because in the end, it wasn't good. He took money from 2 other shows that were well regarded by the fan base because his idea was just so much better. People quit, overworked, he was fired after the production notes came out for the first season that he had stolen money from other productions to get his production done, because in the end, nothing mattered but his own idea. And this is the problem I have with a lot of adapted works, is that should not be his priority. It should be having everything in his division working properly. If you're a producer of your own project, that's one thing, but if you're in charge of the whole division needs to work, not just your idea. What I dislike is someone who will politic and position themselves to get that position and then have no responsibility for it, and then hurt other people in the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's specifically Grey Haddock I'm talking about, because I have a lot of issues with Ruby, mostly just because I knew Monty Oum in person. I knew the man. I knew the man physically. I actually had talked to him a couple weeks before he passed away. Man was a really good dude, and I just know for a fact that Grey Haddock was just a very selfish prick who wanted his own way, even if it wasn't good. And I think that's what kills me the most. Is like, in the end, he literally, every day he went, my idea is worth all this trouble. My idea is worth all this trouble. My idea is worth inconveniencing everybody else. And I think that's the narcissisticness of it all that kills me. You know, it's like, in the end, you're just taking time from people's lives, and you're just saying that your idea is
I'm threatening other people's livelihood as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he took money away from No Man From Nowhere, Camp, and a bunch of other productions. He got fired for it and shit, and he hasn't tweeted at all because, like, what are you supposed to do? You can't work in animation anymore. As an actor, you just insisted on, you know, just like making sure you were cast and your show and your character was featured, but you couldn't care about fucking anything else. And that was kind of just the problem with a lot of this, is it lacked people who were very selfless in their writing, where they were trying to make some actual adapted works. They were just thinking about themselves and how they came across in a production, and that kind of works, but not always, you know. And it's just, all I can think is, imagine you have access to 70 animation staff, you know?
Right.
And for a year, you're just going to get your show off the ground. You know it might not work, but you're still going to do all that sacrificing, and it doesn't work, you're shocked. It's the part of it's just like, in the end, like, you could, if you wanted to make like an animated movie, he should have done that, not a whole series. 8 30-minute episodes. How about just 3 episodes, hour and a half long, really good animation, fixed, focused plot on one character? You could have done it that way. Scale your project to what you could accomplish with it. Solaris Project, thank you. That's why I dislike Ruby so much, because Monty Oum is a fantastic, you know, he's fantastic at setting a scene, but when it came to actual script writing, he wasn't the strongest at it. And I like Monty, but that wasn't his strong suit. But he had other writers come in, and their ideas were to write their own self-inserts that all the girls who were just introduced an episode before are all swooning over. And I'm just like, I can see, obviously what's happened here. Oh, the original 2 seasons were like, each episode was 10 minutes long? Oh, God, there's no excuse for that, man. My God. All I can say is that, like, Hiffle, the episodes are 5 to 10 minutes long, and it takes a couple months each episode, and we're just like, it's done when it's done, guys. Have I watched the return of Bleach? No, but Bleach always gets a bad rap. Taika Kubo's amazing at designing characters and deserves more props for making dark-skinned women as beautiful as they are. Taika Kubo knows how to make dark-skinned women fucking gorgeous. Yes, he does. Taika Kubo likes his dark-skinned beauties. Every single team of guys always has some fit, ebony fucking goddess who's not interested in me at all, which makes me want it more. Really well done. It's really well done. It's really well done.
Yep.
Guys, I read Bleach. You think I'm not reading? You think when the weird cat with an old man voice turned out to be a really hot black chick, I didn't go, well, that's the best of every direction right there. I'm not gonna lie, guys. You think, and when the Espada showed up, one of the Espada's like, my tits are so enormous, I got under boobs. And I'm just like, Ichiko, stop fighting and breed with her and have babies. What is wrong with you? You fucking animal. You go in there and you fuck that ghost. Losing my damn mind over.
What do you think you're here for? Yeah.
That show is way too horny for how hot everyone is. God damn, this is taking a while. By the way, can you tell we're up to 42? That's it.
Wow.
I was in Murako from the new season of My Hero Academia. The problem with Murako is the more I look at Murako, the more upset I get she's not real. So I'm not going to do that to myself anymore.
What the heck is going on here?
What's going on? You want to know who Murako is?
Not. Well, go for it. But
Murako's a big bunny girl. The creator of the manga was like, the problem with creating Murako is now I can't help but want to draw her all the time. And I went, that's a nice problem to have because I'm really being tired of all your 15-year-olds coded as 25-year-olds in your show. Like, it's clear that he might want a college show, and they're like, all right, make them all teenagers. Okay, didn't change the writing at all. They all still act like teenagers, but they're all act like college students, but they're all like 15 and 16. I just roll my eyes because I'm just like, sure. Anyways, they're not. They're not. None of them act that way. None of them act that way at all. None of them dress that way. They're all clearly in their 20s. They just do that to sell it to people, which is dangerous considering how some of those people are dressed because a lot of ladies go, they start salivating over 15-year-old boys, and I'm just like, that's a crime, right? When guys do it, it's creepy, and when girls do it, it's cute. That's not actually in equality. That's not the way it works. When you do it, it's cute. When guys do it, it's creepy. I'm sorry.
No,
when you do it, it's creepy too.
I disagree. I find it just as creepy.
Oh, it is just as creepy, but because girls are doing it, it's okay.
I don't agree with that.
No, girls can't do it. No, Camry. Let me tell you that women are not capable of being untoward or evil. Women are not capable of being bad. They're very demure. They're very, very innocent. They don't do evil things at all. If I roll my eyes anymore, my model will actually desync. Camry!
You broke me.
Your model's not moving at all.
Yeah, I know. You broke me.
I broke you?
Yeah.
I broke you?
Yeah.
It's just like, anytime I try and watch a character, I just watch how everyone's thirsting over the characters. The only time the thirst over My Hero Academia characters has been okay is when it's been teachers, you know? Like, I get that they're all college students, essentially, but they're not, officially. Like, in the narrative of what you understand, they're all youngins. But then we got Murako, and I'm like, excellent, finally. Finally, an older woman who isn't trash. Because the two older women, no joke, one was a big lady who's just lazy, and the other one was just recently divorced, 45, and just wants to fuck all the 15-year-old boys. I'm not gonna lie. Seriously, for the students is so weird, dude. That's the whole problem with the My Hero Academia fan base, is like, because the creator was told to make his characters high schoolers, it just makes it odd with them.
Yeah.
I noticed Kim Rai's model was off for a while. I didn't want to say anything. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
wow.
Wow. That's fine.
Say that to the bartender that made me uncomfortable with the over-the-top flirting. Well, Mom and M, I'm sorry to say that if you're susceptible, if you're thirsty because you're dying of thirst, I can't blame you for chugging.
My entire, like, if anything, I had to be like, had to reprogram myself to see, to be just as scandalized by older men liking younger girls that I was older women liking younger boys.
It's the same. It's been the same thing, but for the longest time, I feel like the attention's gone one way and not the other way. It should be going both ways at the same time. It's just kind of an overall societal thing. It's like
it was just very normalized.
Oh, it was, because
me.
a lot of what we don't forget, the ages in which these kids are in the show and what they are marketing towards is some of the most impressionable times when you're growing up, which is why this kind of shit is really. I mean, you can do shit like this. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just always a little bit odd, and I know for a fact that entertainment out of Japan is just different because of what they deem as acceptable and unacceptable behavior depending on age.
I mean.
It's
sort
just,
of.
I
mean,
so many manga.
This is spoken by someone who clearly doesn't watch a lot of the CW.
I mean, I don't watch the CW.
Exactly.
Like, if I'm going to watch trash, I don't want to have the. If I'm going to watch trash, I don't want a commercial
all the
break.
sex everywhere.
Man, it's just like. Like, I haven't watched a lot of anime series or a lot of manga series because I know what happens is it'll be good, and then all of a sudden, the nerd who writes this, the guy who has no game with women, all of a sudden his uncontrollable fetish will come out. And it'll just be weird and off-putting to everybody who reads the book, and we'll just be like, I'm not for this, man.
It's like
I was enjoying this plot, and now you just want to...
movie and having to sit through one of the foot scenes again.
Yeah, it's like this was fun. I don't want to see you having issues with wanting to bang a family member, dude. I don't need that.
God.
We don't need that. It's not funny, and it is an uncomfortable reality for a lot of people. It's everywhere in media. Like I was
No,
watching
but
my,
it's all right. This.
I'm watching. Okay,
siblings.
can I give you one of the best examples? Can I give you one of the best examples? Blue Man X, thank you for the 9-month sub. All right, so I was watching. Jesus Christ, what was it? Fucking hell, not Tenchi. It was something actually. I couldn't enjoy it anymore. Oh yeah. Okay, so it was a Sword Art Online, which is already kind of a trash show, but it's popular. So you know I can. So the first plot of the plot is trapped in a video game. Blah blah blah. Character's a Gary Stu. Doesn't really matter. Plot's actually kind of neat. They get out. Blah blah blah. Goes home. He lives with his mother and his cousin. And for no reason at all, side plot is his cousin falls in love with him in a video game and wants to bang him. And I'm like, cool. You didn't have to put that into the plot at all. Could have just avoided that entirely. Could have written any other fucking plot. But you need to put your fucking weird-ass goddamn fetish in this show and ruin it. Because you're portraying it like it's hilarious and not really weird, like it should be. I don't know.
Wait. So
essentially, after he's in Sword Art Online, after he's freed from the game halfway through the show's run, everyone but his girlfriend is trapped in the game still, and doesn't know why she's trapped in that. And then he sent an image where she's trapped in another game, and it was by the CEO who took over the company, and it's because he's forever in love with the 15-year-old girl he wants to bang all the time. But also at the same time, Kirito, the main character's cousin, she doesn't like him because he was gone, and since this is an anime and something bad happened to the guy, all girls have to act irrationally angry towards him with zero understanding, because that's just the way anime girls are written. They're just written to have irrational anger towards the guy with no understanding, because that's all that the writers understand. And it's just, the whole show goes to trash immediately. The show is trash already, but you can argue that it's like an art piece with like trash execution. But once that plot came up, it just became trash. Isn't he adopted? I think she's adopted. And they just, that makes it okay. It's just, I fucking hate this. You don't even have to put this in. You don't. You don't have to put any of this in. The rest, and then it's crazy. And the rest of the plot doesn't have any of that.
Here's the thing. I did have like a very anime-like situation happen when I was in. Well, again, this is like grade school, so this is like
anime.
When your boyfriend at the time is like, "Let's go hold hands at the jungle gym at recess." Anyway, so like it was one of my first like quote unquote boyfriends.
Oh.
And
How many lunch breaks did you last?
My uncle married his mother.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Renario, thank you. Wow.
This is interesting.
Check your posture. Check your posture.
It's very, all right. Needless to say, we stopped holding hands under the jungle gym.
My favorite part about Sword Art Online is how, like, all these girls fall in love with Kirito because he has no personality aside from being good at the thing that's really applicable in that moment. My favorite thing is how they all love him, and then they want to be with him, but he's already with somebody else, and they all just hang around like that's going to wrap up. I'm like, that's, once again, very far from reality. That's not what women would do. They'd be, like, out of that fucking place real quick. Like any person would. I think that's one of my least favorite parts about harem tropes, is just when people just hang around. I'm like, no, they won't. Because some people just be like, I'm not going to be used as a second fiddle or treated as an option. Some people can't be, no matter, even if that's all they ever hope to be treated as, they don't want to be treated as an option.
Why?
You know?
Well, it all depends on what people are looking for in a relationship, yeah?
I feel like everyone's looking for something, and some people just don't want to feel like an option. For me, I've had a nebulous dating history, as you know, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
So... Then they made Peter Grill. See, I like Peter Grill because it's just the harem protagonist fucking them all like he would. No, he'd be loyal to the worst girl. No, he wouldn't. He'd fuck all those girls in tantric four-ways, okay? He'd bang all three of them on their knees because guess what? No one's made of stone. Okay? It's the way it is. No one's made of stone.
Unless they're a golem, then they literally are.
He hasn't fucked a golem yet, but I wouldn't put it past him. I just love that his name is Peter Grill, because I go, Peter! Peter! Freaking sweet voice. So I've been rewatching Family Guy again, and I'd like to do a song moment from it, and bring you into it.
Oh. Oh no.
Joe is on a vacation far away. He got to do to get it over. So many things that you wanna say. Oh, put your number when the beep is over. I don't wanna miss your call tonight. I don't wanna miss your call. Okay, I couldn't get through it.
Oh, what a shame.
Nah, dang it.
It was really, it was beautiful.
See, chat was on my side.
Yeah, okay. I believe it.
Depends on jobless reincarnation, Taka. I like that one because the guy doesn't have any special abilities, so I actually kind of appreciate just, I'm tired of the whole, go into a new world, and now here's your MacGuffin power. I'm like, no, give him nothing. Have him be the same person. Because in truth, if I did an isekai, I just want the guy, you know what I would want my guy to have?
What?
A cell phone with his music, and a, like a solar charger. For like an HDMI
Not what I
cord.
expected you to say.
What's up?
That's not what I expected you to say.
Well, I think it would be interesting because pretty much the only ability he would be having is like the media and the art from his world that he can kind of like coerce with people. So he always has to try and find something in his phone that actually kind of fits. There is a whole show where there's a my life in another world with a cell phone, but that's awful. The protagonist is terrible, and he literally wants people to quote unquote join his family as his wife or daughter. The whole thing is fucked from top to bottom.
What?
The whole thing's fucked to top to bottom. The whole thing's fucked top to bottom.
Wow.
Top to bottom fuckery is what it is.
Okay.
Why a solar charger? Because there's no plugs in another fucking world.
Wow.
You think I'd have, like, I can have my cell phone and the thing dies. Where am I supposed to plug it in another world? How would I have a solar charger? God, this isn't hard, guys. Come on.
Jeez. But the golden missed opportunity to have it like, oh,
My life in another world with a cell phone and I got a charger.
All our power is run by 6. You know. Yeah. It has to exist. That anime has to exist. If it doesn't, I'm shocked.
I know 10 women who really are just waiting for this one guy to work with to end things with his wife. So are they all planning on sharing him? Are all 9 of them going to take days, so 3 of them each get him a night? Is that how it's going to be work? Or are they all going to blame him at the end because he doesn't love one of them enough? I would love to see how this works. Cam, could you please give a woman's perspective on 10 women waiting around for one fucking guy to give a shit?
Wait. So the 10 women, and they're all aware of each other.
Ah, that's the curious thing. Now I'm wondering if they are.
Because that like, is this a sister wife situation?
That could be the case, actually.
Yeah.
He's just really good at bed. Well, that much is a given. That's a given. Clearly, he had a dick pic leak out. Motherfucker's packing an 8-incher. So.
I mean.
No, that's the final. Any bigger than that's awful.
No, it's not that.
But girls tell me that my 14-inch cock is too big.
No, listen. I have like there is such thing as too big, but it's a combination. It's not just like, you know, it's about the circumference.
So you're saying the problem is the women. The women. It's the problem is the women. Their vaginas aren't big enough. This is what you're saying. Interesting. Interesting.
Well, I listen. How should I put this?
You'll figure out eventually.
like a puzzle, right? Not every 2 pieces are designed to fit together properly.
I've never seen 2 corners butt together like that before.
Like, it's just sometimes it doesn't work so great, so you have to get creative.
We're VTubers, we aren't that creative.
That's so true.
I can't believe our whole audience is AI generated.
Yeah.
A human torso only has so much space in it. That's true, Null Pretzel. Lifeless Phoenix, thank you so much for the 8-month resub. Girth is the problem.
Yeah, it's usually girth. If it's too girthy, that's when it is painful.
I'll be honest with you guys, most girls don't want a porn scenario. That's very much one-sided.
Speak for yourself. Holy
Very
shit.
few ladies want to look back at the camera while they're banging you. I'm not gonna lie. Very few ladies want to do that.
Wait, so is the camera supposed to be you?
Yes! Why would you do any other POV thing? How can I pretend? How can I not pretend the dick is mine then? That's the. Come on.
It's like I really want to look
Men
back
are
and make
from
it
Mars
hot
and women
sexy
are
right
from
now,
Venus,
but
I'm
I'm
not
also
gonna
going
lie.
to pull the muscle in my neck.
Yes. That's real. Also, girls totally wake up in full makeup and just bang you, right? That's what happens.
I mean,
In full makeup. In full makeup.
how early in the relationship?
Well, apparently they're living together, but like one stepdad and stepdaughter, but they look the same age. I don't know if that's accurate. There might be some shit. Ah, the mom's showing up. This is weird. Huh, she seems to not taking issue with the situation. So
Because I do know girls who, like, very early on in the relationship, they are very afraid of a guy seeing them without the makeup on, and go to extreme measures to make sure it doesn't happen.
Guys will never admit that's the case too. We're always worried that we grab the shirt that doesn't smell good that day, and
Guys have it so easy.
well, no, don't forget you get those years back because again, guys keel over at 50 years old from heart failure from holding in all their issues.
But they're starting to even out now. Women are starting to have the same problems. Because, like, the diets are more similar. More women drink and smoke than they used to. They also are more likely to take on stressful jobs. Not that, like, you know, back in the day, raising children
I
wasn't
assume
stressful, but...
being a woman was stressful in general back in the day. I'm assuming it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
like
it's just
I don't have to worry about anything.
Different kind of stress, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
I was watching a Bill Burr special. He was talking about. You ever watch a movie before the 50s? And anytime a woman shows any kind of emotion aside from abject quiet, they're like, "Ah, get a hold of yourself! Smack, smack, smack!"
Yes, you're hysterical.
You're hysterical! Get a hold of yourself! Smack, smack, smack! It's just fucking. Oh man.
It was like, I'm not even joking. So like, I was just, it was the last week or the week before, I came on Twitch, and one of the person that was automatically playing on front page, was watching a cutscene from Overwatch 2. And in it, one of the characters was, I don't know, having a dramatic, like, revenge arc, where they were, like, kicking somebody's ass, I don't know. And the guy pauses it, looks to the camera, and says, "When your girlfriend's on her period." I was so upset. I was so upset.
Name the VTuber.
It wasn't a VTuber. It was a
Are you
person.
sure?
I'm positive.
It sounds like something a VTuber would do.
I was just like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I was... Oh boy.
Absolute boy energy to that post.
Yeah.
I saw a quote one time. Why don't you listen to what they have to say? I ain't taking advice from guys who get no bitches and stack no paper. And I went, oh shit, dude. Ah, man. All right. My favorite thing is where people, like, they give advice where they shouldn't. Like, it's my least favorite thing. But they're like, you know what? I haven't made it, so I'm going to give some advice. I can't help but feel that that's a bad thing, what you're doing. Like, no joke. I actually remember seeing somebody. I'm going to voiceover lessons for the first time ever, and 3 months later they were teaching voiceover lessons.
Well,
and I'm
here's
like,
the
that's
thing,
a scam artist.
it's always if you can't do, you end up teaching.
Yep.
Sometimes people who have a good understanding of it, but no real talent, still can, you know, still get it.
Well, thank you for redeeming. Harokana, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub.
Oh shit. Oh, that reminds me of when I was in when I was in film school, and my goddamn screenwriting class was. Oh my god!
All I say anytime it comes to any kind of art when there's a school, I'm just like, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was laughed out of 4 studios.
I know.
It's just, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles literally laughed out of multiple studios, and all of them desperately tried to chase that fucking dragon. It's just funny to me. I'm just like, I can't help but feel that, like, in the end, if it sounds good, maybe it is. You can't really know what's going to be successful or not.
No, it is.
On paper, I want you. It's 1984, and someone throws down Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles before you. Do you take that shit seriously? No, of course not. You go, fuck is this trash?
Turtles that like pizza.
They eat pizza and they're ninjas, but they're also samurais. Who's their master?
A giant rat.
A giant rat who fights an actual Japanese dude called Shredder. Okay. We're not making this movie. It's everything.
Well, I mean,
until Miramax said, "All right, we'll fucking make that movie."
But I mean, at that time, it was, I don't know, because it was already a successful franchise at that point. So, I don't know why.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, the first Grimdark movie was the first thing they ever made of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it was rejected from multiple studios. It's actually famous for being one of the most profitable brands that was rejected from multiple companies.
Ah, wait. Are we talking? There was that. Wait, hold on. What? When was this live action one? Was it live action?
The original. The original was like pitched to multiple networks. It was a comic. It was based on a comic, I believe, and it just was rejected from every network.
But the cartoon.
Cartoon came after the first movie.
No, it did not.
I swear to God, chat. Someone
mansplained to her. I lived it. I watched it. I watched the cartoon. I went to see the first movie. I am that old. In theater.
No.
Yes!
No. Hey-haw. No. Okay, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, everybody. Comic was first, then the show. I know the comic was first, guys.
Then the cartoon and the video games, then the live action movie.
Oh! Okay, then I misread. How about that?
Yeah.
A white guy was wrong. Shit.
You can listen. There's few things in life that I will argue as passionately as I will the Ninja Turtles. Raphael was my first ever crush.
Everyone tried to copy the Ninja Turtles cartoon, though.
I know, they did screenshots.
Oh, yes, they did. But I believe the rejection story was still the case with the show, I guess. And maybe that's where I heard the rejection story.
Maybe it was the cartoon.
After Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out, everyone tried to do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle things. They made RoboCop the show. They made tons of different shows. Like, even, oh god, what was it called? Like, Police Academy, the show and shit. Like, they tried to do Street Sharks came later, but that was very much an obvious Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles script.
Yeah.
That one actually just had cool toys. That's what did well for them.
Yeah, it did.
Samurai Pizza Cat was an anime, it doesn't count.
Boy, was that dub interesting.
Come on! Come on, dude. Guido Anchovy is the best name of the annoying guy in your team, okay? Polyester is a great name. Okay. Samurai Pizza Cat.
Okay.
Forgot Biker Mice from Mars. I don't talk about shows that don't get a second season or get a reboot.
Oh.
Yep. If you don't get a second season, that means you weren't worthy enough of one. And if you didn't get a reboot, that means it made such little money the first time, no one gives a fuck.
Okay. Oh my.
They even tried to make an Aliens cartoon. They had a toy lineup set up before the show. Yep.
But you had Bill and Ted cartoon.
Bill and Ted as well. After Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they tried making toys out of mature movies. I believe that was the thing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles really tipped everything for them. Because it's like anything can be toys. Fuck it. Real Ghostbusters was actually.
Well, it was also what brought the whole like Bandai with like Power Rangers and all that into the.
Oh yes. That's what Bandai and Saban brought over Power Rangers with a clever system. We'll use the Japanese footage and film the rest of the show with different cameras. And when that happens, and everyone goes, "What the fuck?" Even kids will be able to tell it's Japanese footage. My favorite fighting location is the quarry near the Japanese studio that films all the Sentai and Power Rangers stuff. The greatest battle zone of all time. To the quarry!
It's so nondescript!
It's because it's the same quarry every show.
I know. It's so versatile.
According to the Hollywood Reporter, the big reason the movie was laughed out was the Superman 4 poisoned the well, and Tim Burton's Batman didn't revolutionize the genre. It's crazy because Tim Burton's Batman made a lot of money.
Oh, it was great.
It also spawned the animated series, which, gave us our best version of the Joker ever. I will say, just because he's the best, Mark Hamill Joker's the best. Yeah. For one reason, he outranks everybody. Screen time. He's on screen more than any of the other Jokers, so he has more time to showcase how good he is at being the Joker. I believe if the other performers who play the Joker were given the same amount of screen time, they might even be better.
Except for Leto.
Except for him, I always forget about him.
we were thankful that they gave him less screen time in the end.
The morbing guy? It's the guy who morbs, right?
Here's the thing, okay? Anytime I hear that somebody is a method actor...
Oh, they're an asshole.
I'm already like...
Oh, they're an asshole. Okay.
Yeah, it's not even just that. It's just like, so you're not an actor. You just definitely have used acting to deal with, like, some of, like, the heavy therapy issues.
It's like I have to do this to act. I'm like, well, you don't actually. Most actors
I have
just
to
go out
convince myself.
No, most actors don't have to do that. They just go out there and do their thing because they
because they're acting.
I am always sus of people who make basic things.
They don't have to play mind games with themselves.
Remember there was that one Try Guy? I don't even know who the Try Guys are. I never watch their content. I don't watch prank shows. I find them very exploitative usually. Very rarely is a prank show, I think, innocent. I think Just for Laughs gags can be pretty innocent. Some of them, not all of them. Some of the gags are pretty funny, but it's more like just egg on the person's face for thinking something's going on rather than embarrassing the person. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know. The Try Guy thing, he's like, his whole gimmick and everything was how much he loved his wife. As like a joke. It's just like, but you should love your wife. People who like use a basic thing of respect as their gimmick is like, so it's a performance for you.
Well, it's like,
Here's the thing. I'm about to get in a lot of trouble with this. All I will say is there's a lot of guys who claim to be feminists, male feminists, who turned out to be creeps, because
that's so true.
It was just a way that they could. It's a way that they could hide the fact that they're awful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a substitute for a personality.
Yeah.
It comes across as, look how good I am. Anyone who does that sucks.
Virtue signaling and nothing more.
Oh, it's why virtue signaling is, I think, one of the biggest things that kind of goes on that people don't call out. It's why that one VTuber got in a lot of trouble on Twitter. It's because he virtue signaled against AI art and then posted AI art.
Oh.
He's like, oh, you know what? I'm such a good person. I'm not going to use AI art because I'm a great... Dude, you don't have to post a big brag why you're great. Just don't use AI art. We're not going to clap for you doing the sheer basic decency. I don't know, man. It's sus.
Yeah.
Anytime. And someone said it in chat. James Franco was one of the first people to say what a feminist he was. So was Joss Whedon. Funny how that worked out.
Yeah.
It's almost as if they just did that because they wanted to be seen as a good guy, not actually be a good guy.
Well, it's like with Whedon, it was like, look, I make strong female characters. Look at that.
He writes the same strong female character. She does like 15 backflips, explosion behind her, goes off, is rude to everybody, and that's a good female character.
And no matter how strong she is, still almost always ends up relying on some sort of romantic partner.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget the the nerdy best friend who is absolutely in love with her, but she doesn't notice.
I'm tired of you assaulting a perfectly flawless piece of media written by Joss Whedon. All right, next thing you're going to start talking about Dollhouse. Next thing you're going to tell me.
Notice.
I always accuse people when people accuse TFS of virtue signaling during Pride Month. I'm like, we have trans and gay members of our company. It's like, bro, it's not virtue signaling when you are. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's what's so funny about that. We don't talk about Dollhouse. Neither does anybody else after it was over.
Oh, Dollhouse? Oh, yeah.
It's just trash. Interesting idea. Should have just made a movie.
Yeah. I mean,
Very much a movie. It's very much a
really...
movie. You got an hour and a half, 2 hours of a concept of someone escaping from that situation,
Yeah.
and then you're just making your own version of the island, anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
Miss Cleopatra.
We are
25,
50%.
Yeah, it's so controversial that I even afraid to watch VTubers doing it and even admit it first. Well, luckily I don't plan to use any AI art because I can't legally own anything made by an AI art machine. You can't legally own it. So.
Also, it's really just not that great. Now,
it can't draw hands, which is very funny. It can't draw hands.
What?
It can't draw hands. It's like it can't draw hands. It literally AI can't draw hands because hands are too weird.
So the thing that I haven't really heard many people talking about, maybe it's like not as relevant in our community, but the thing that is actually far more progressive and like convincing is AI generated music. And I was like, what the fuck? Because like
that's just jazz.
One of my editing programs now has like released a whole section that you can use. That's obviously it's copyright free.
Everyone, when people say that AI is
good.
saving this art, it's really great. It's like it's a shame no one legally owns it and can never make money off of it or use it in a movie or anything because they can never legally use it. It's not public domain because it uses parts of something that's legally owned by somebody else, which is why I always describe AI art is, I've already got to this debate with some people, and so we're going to get all dicey with me about this shit. The AI art tool is just like a graphic calculator, in my opinion. It makes certain aspects of the process easier if you want to, but it's, like, I'm under no illusion that if I use a graphic calculator that I am good at math. You know what I mean?
Google has gotten to the point where you can literally just write the math question out.
Yeah.
Like literally word for word, and you will get the answer.
Yeah. It's why.
I'm like, why we math class? What?
It's why. It's just what's kind of crazy to me about that specifically is just like, it's this idea. I just get caught up on that one guy's post, which is like, and they say it's not real art. And then he has like a follow-up post where he shows what tags he used, and one of the tags he used was literally a person's art style. And I went, it's not, dude, you're stealing. It's like, dude, it's like, no, now that I can type in the number 9, I own the number 9. No, you don't. It's what, I always say, it's the NFT bros coming from a different direction now. There's been this energy from tech bros where they resent artists. They really resent artists' rights, artist residuals. It's because these AI bros have just kind of sat around agreeing with themselves how great they are at the idea of everything belonging to them. They think they're really smart. The anarcho-capitalists are...
Right.
They think they're geniuses, because, like, what if I was in charge? Huh? How about I had all the money and no one could defy me? Huh? How'd that sound, guys? How about we do that instead?
Yeah, no one in history has ever had that idea, ever.
Exactly, and this AI bro is just a way of well, now artists. I saw someone say artists can't gatekeep art anymore, and I'm just like, that is, and there you go, everybody.
What is gatekeeping artists?
That's the crux of it.
So basically, they can't charge people what they're worth.
A lot of non-artists were frustrated that they couldn't be seen as creators because they couldn't make a fucking thing. Their whole identity. Don't forget, we live in a brand culture now, right?
Right.
Where your personal brand is everything. So these NFTs. This is why NFT bros got so hard into NFTs, because it was art that they legally owned, right? In their eyes, quote unquote. And no one can say or take a picture of this because it's mine. I made it. It's mine. Who's the artist? I won't say, because they resent the artist having any credit because they want all the credit. So like how Burning Man is now millionaire tech bros playing in sand. Yeah, but after Burning Man was starting to be advertised, it stopped being Burning Man, guys. Once it got official ticket prices, it's no longer a special event.
No. Besides, it wasn't anything. Burning Man was just it was just ripped off of Beltane. Anyway.
What it is like when you make a movie or you make projects, a lot of films and a lot of like people who want to make shit, they have to pay people a lot of commission fees to make stuff. And they'll be sitting there, I made this show, it's my idea. Well, who did all this art? Well, I did. Well, who did the art? Oh, I paid some artists, who cares? I made it though, it's mine. It's like, there we go. It's like, they don't want any credit going to the actual artist because they want the credit. They want the attention. The NFT pros just need to get good at the skill. Now, here you come up to the crux of the issue, all right? You go to the crux of the issue. they aren't emotionally capable of being bad at something. That's why they're avoid. See, what artists do is when they're trying to become good at something, they spend years sucking at it. No one's born out of the womb being able to spin a top hat on their hand and dance a little jig. They have to practice and train. They can have an aptitude for it, which can speed it up a little bit. But there's been this whole idea where a lot of artists, like, they try to explain to non-artists, it's like, listen, the reason why I charge a lot for this is because I spent 10,000 hours becoming a master at this. Yeah, but I should just have this for free because it's my idea. These bros feel so entitled to their ideas coming to reality, they feel that the artist not doing it for free is holding them back, which is why AI art for them is everything. And that's why they're getting frustrated with artists saying that it's not real art. They're like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's like, no, it's not, dude. You can't skip being good at something to get respect. You can't just. I can't just go buy a graphing calculator and then go to like a math symposium and demand equal respect. Just because I can type in everything doesn't mean I have the know-how or the understanding of what made that or the techniques about it. So I don't deserve any of the respect. I can follow along with the cheat sheet tool they gave me. Doesn't make me good at math though. Doesn't make me good at it. I have something that makes me like glasses for me to see. And that's what kind of art can be to a certain degree. Or AI art in a lot of ways. But once again, like NFTs, these non-talented people who don't have the stamina, courage, ego, survivability to go be shit at something for a while. They can't. They refuse to be shit at something for a while, which is, God, it's the epitome of, I think it's a lot of it's toxic masculinity. A lot of it is that. There's a fair amount of that. Because remember when crypto was crashing a few months back? I went to a page that posted Crypto Bros L's. And one of them was like, he was setting up a chicken coop with the guy and his wife, and there was a comment. And this leads somewhere, don't worry. The comment was, we're setting up a chicken coop. The wife insisted. She insisted on this, and me also selling all of his, because he was all in one kind of like cryptocurrency, right?
Oh.
And she also told me to sell all this stuff, right? And then guys like, she does, and then one of his crypto bros goes, yeah, she doesn't know what she's talking about, does she? And then he says this, yeah, she's really good at having kids, but that's about it.
Oh!
1 month later, he lost everything.
Oh my God.
And there you go. See, that energy you said, they're not good for anything. She told him to sell, so he actually had all that money. He was bragging. Because he was bragging how much money he had. She's like, hey, you should sell all that so it's real, tangible, liquid money. And he's like, oh, you're just a female. What do you know? It's like, it's the same toxic masculinity. I feel like a lot of the tech girls, I don't see a lot of tech girls. I see a lot of tech boys. It's more male for right now that I've noticed. And I think it's just, there's this fucking entitlement from some guys. And it's just, you see it all the time with crypto bros. You saw it a lot with the NFT bros, which was, when you call them out for their bullshit, they're like, gonna have fun being poor. That's my favorite, right, Kim?
Oh, yeah.
Have fun being poor. It's like,
have fun being poor.
There we go. That's a great counter-argument. She needs to file for divorce. Why? She's not going to get anything. He's broke as fuck.
Well, her freedom, her dignity.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's those.
Oh, she's good at having kids, but what else is she good at? Jesus Christ. I think he also used female unironically. It's just, it's kind of how I feel about AI art, though. People whose entire personality revolves around their hormone balance. Jesus Christ, Shipperless Eric.
Yeah.
Crypto stuff as investors doing investor things? Mr. Dan's like, not really, because crypto's not real, and that you can't use it to buy anything, except for Bitcoin, and not really. I can't go to the corner store and like, use a Bitcoin, and they're like, all right, that's worth blank amount of money, and they give me the money. That's not how it works.
Yeah, it makes more sense to like, go apocalypse preparer and get gold, because at least like it's tangible, you know. I mean,
yeah, that's the thing. Something
that's a problem.
At least the Beanie Babies had beans in them. NFTs are literally magic beans, and they didn't even have to provide the fucking beans.
Yeah. I remember that.
What about the one guy who uses his own art to make new stuff? Well, the actual art he physically made, I'll have respect for. The AI art stuff, I won't have any opinion on because it doesn't matter.
I mean,
It's like,
if
I could type in all the same keywords he did and get exactly the same thing. So what he did wasn't special.
I mean, if it's a case of like, it's a
No,
program,
here's the thing. Anyone could steal his art.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's a program that like all it does is like, you know, you put in 2 or 3 of your pictures that you've already done, and it does something with it. I would say that it's a little bit more valid than because
it is, but he didn't make it.
It's just an experimentation, yeah.
He didn't make it. If I type in 9 times 9, it comes to 81. Does that make my my answer and me smarter than the other person, or is it the same? This is the thing. Is if it's easy to accomplish, then there's nothing special about it.
Well, it's not necessarily that it's. But
no, sorry, I am talking in more tangential terms, not just about the solo guy. What I mean is, if it's
okay.
easy to accomplish, it's not special. That's the simple truth of it. So if everyone can achieve this, then it's going to make that AI stuff, what it can achieve, not special at all. Because then any jackass can type in that shit and get it. Any idiot who doesn't know their way around anything, like any jackass can type numbers or letters into a phone and tweet, or type math into a calculator. It's the same exact fucking premise.
There we go.
Like, in the end, it's a tool. It's a tool. It's not a replacement. And that's the thing. The one thing artists are going to have to really focus on is express to everybody how, like, much like the graphing calculator is a tool for math, AI art is a tool for art. Can be. It's not like NFTs.
It's not it can't be a replacement.
But the tech bros want it to be, because then they want to get rid of all those artists who will charge them money and take away all the credit from people praising them for how great their ideas are, when all they are just the same crap that Kanye says.
Good God.
Adidas will never drop me gifts dropped from Adidas. It's a tool. There's nothing wrong with it as a tool. As a matter of fact, people express some great ways it can be used as a tool. Hell yeah. But it's not a replacement for actually making shit.
Yeah.
It's not. And it's all fun and games until someone gets caught selling something that's AI generated using a big corporation's IP, and then they will be sued to oblivion. Oblivion. He will be sued to oblivion. It will be a he, by the way. It will be a guy who does it. And he will be.
Okay.
It will be a guy. Because a guy's narcissist. I feel like a guy is entitled enough to think he can get away with it. I think it's just, I'm sorry, you've seen Tech Bros. You tell me there's not one out there who thinks he's... No, I own creation and creativity. Now, no one can make art. I own the color blue. There's going to be some nutcase, okay? There's going to be some nutcase out there who just assumes that no one can do anything unless he says so. For those who... Oh, by the way, everybody in the chat, not to derail us from what we've been talking about. Speaking of narcissists and narcissistic thoughts, I've been watching a court case in America. I have been watching the Daryl Brooks court case in Wisconsin. Now, Daryl Brooks is a gentleman who was arrested for driving his car into 70 people. Now, this guy has also decided that he is a sovereign citizen, which is adult talk for going, I wasn't playing the game, so the rules don't apply to me. You didn't tag me. That's what that means. So he's also his own lawyer.
Of course he is.
Sentence, I believe, final arguments are later today. I think I'm actually talking through them right now. So, it literally is one of the best court cases I've ever seen, because essentially the judge has to keep explaining the law to him. And so his current argument is saying that the court proceedings can't proceed onwards because he doesn't understand what's going on, and that is fraud. And that is rush to judge. He's just using buzzwords. Now, again, he waived his right to a lawyer, correct? So his play was, I'll be my own lawyer, and when I don't understand anymore, say that they can't try me because I can't break the rules if I don't know the rules. That's his. Yeah. I know you're like, how is that the case? Yes, he has been overruled many times. He has to be ordered multiple times a day to be go into another courtroom. That's his argument. His whole argument is he keeps trying to say, I want to bring up subject matter jurisdiction because he's a quote-unquote sovereign citizen. So therefore, he keeps trying to say, because he's not a quote-unquote United States citizen, that United States law do not apply to him. He's trying to say, I can't be in trouble, I'm not playing the game. That's what he's trying to say. And one of his other excuses for why he was running over people and killing them was Did you notice that the driver, because he also speaks in the third person, refuses to acknowledge that his name is Daryl Brooks. And anytime people say that I saw Mr. Brooks, who is that? I don't know of a person called that name. It's like, think of every stupid plan you can have in a courtroom. Kim? Oh, you cut out again, by the way.
Oh.
There you go. Okay, you're good.
I was
so
just,
think of every
I was listening.
He's low-key implying that because he was waving his hand over his, like, steering wheel to tell people to get out of the way, that all the people he ran over and killed them, they don't have any rights because he told them to move. This is how this guy's logic works. And every time he gets told he can't talk over the judge, he seethes because, and you see with his body language, he wants to jump over the table and attack the judge.
Oh.
Because he's just used to having the final word on everything, and this is the first time where he has it.
Oh.
He's used to controlling. It's the narcissistic need to control everything around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see this in court cases all the time, but he's having this, like, he's like, because he his lawyer told him we're not doing the sovereign citizen thing, it's stupid. He's like, fine, I'll represent myself. Dude, you can't do that. Yes, I will. Because I'm right. He doesn't care. It's like, it's honestly being very telling and profound to watch. Because I'm watching the judge trying to avoid getting a mistrial, because he's trying to create a mistrial no matter what.
Hmm.
He also tried to say because a cop saw him from the side, aka his profile, that he was being quote unquote profiled. Therefore, the case had to be thrown out, and he filed to have it thrown out immediately.
What?
That's how, dude. Every hour there is multiple moments of this. Every hour, multiple moments of this. Last 2 days of it, man. It's just like, he also said the court doesn't tell him when to stop talking. He'll tell the court when he's done talking. I'm like, I'm not on trial. The whole system's on trial. My favorite court defense.
Wow.
Honest to God, megalomaniac. He's a narcissist who just thinks he's smart. And he's just, what's done... By the way, he ran into... apparently, the belief is he drove into that crowd because his girlfriend wouldn't talk to him.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
And it's her fault for making him angry. And I'm like, oh, it is it? It's everyone else's fault but yours, sir, huh?
Hmm. Imagine.
Yeah. Oh, he's not insane. He's perfectly sane. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's just trying to do anything so he doesn't have to go to jail forever. Hey, Taka, who's your favorite superhero, not from a comic or manga? Mine is Danny Phantom. I don't really have any favorite superhero.
Hmm.
No single one. There's too many.
What about growing up? Every kid has one growing up.
Nah, it rotated too much for me to actually have a favorite.
Really?
I used to love Spider-Man, but I haven't even watched the new movie because I couldn't fucking care less.
Oh!
Yeah.
What?
I don't care. I was like, alright, cool. Had the movie spoiled for me, and I didn't give a shit.
Alright.
No, that's what happens when people just ruin everything online. They have to talk excitedly about the thing everyone went and saw. Fuck. Ah! My God, I shouldn't have done that. My eyes. Just frustrating. I wish I could just enjoy a Marvel movie when it comes onto Disney Plus, because I'm not going to a movie theater to watch one.
Yeah.
You know, just like, can you just really... Ah, shit! Can you just put this on, like...
I waited for it to come out on Disney Plus too, but I just
Oh yeah, I don't want to go to movie theaters. I don't have time to go to movie theaters. I don't have time for this shit, so put it online within a month. Don't wait too long. You know what's hilarious? I was chatting with somebody. Hey, do you want to watch Thor: Love and Thunder? Which is on Disney Plus. Neither of us had seen it. We were both like, nah. I was like, wow. Wow. We both just say, you want to watch a free Taika Waititi Marvel movie? No, I don't want to watch that. That's pretty telling, huh? Pretty telling. Well, it's just like, I have a thing now. I'm just like, listen, I'm all for watching a Taika movie. I just want him to direct it and not just sit around in shorts fucking all the co-stars and actually make a movie instead of just sitting there agreeing with himself. Because it really feels like that's what started happening after he made his movies, is he just stopped fucking trying, and I have no interest in him until he starts trying again.
Yeah.
I don't like movies that are just big parties for you and your buds aren't fun for me to watch because I'm not invited.
Yeah.
Hammer Shark, thank you so much for the raid.
Hey, Emma.
Kim,
I know, there's a shark.
oh, they're doing another
Twitch. He's a little shark.
Well, you can do, like, if you do special, like, theater releases for shows and shit, that's fine. That's a special event. Like, I would love to go to a Dark Place special screening, you know, because it's like a specialty event. But, like, I don't know. Love that it was not a Taika Waititi movie. I thought he directed and wrote it. He certainly acted like he did and everything.
Yeah,
until the movie came out, and then he was
too.
just... Also, he shit-talked the CG team, you know, like a fucking asshole.
I thought that was.
Yeah, Taika shit-talked the CG team because apparently he's not aware of anything around him at any given fucking time. I'm sorry, I like Taika. I love his shit, but I'm just kind of was really disappointed with him with that. Especially, it's like, Taika, shut the fuck up, dude. You need them to make your fucking stupid-ass movies. Wait, he wasn't the director? I thought he was the director. Is he trying to skirt responsibility for making a fucking stinker?
What? I thought he was the director as well.
Yeah, he's the writer-director.
I thought. That doesn't mean it is. That was the impression.
Yeah, he wrote and directed it. And then he wrote it and then didn't bother rewriting anything. And just... He was the director, not the producer. Oh, so... Okay, so it was all his fault then.
I'm very confused. Chat is confusing me big time.
No, it's okay. Some person said something wrong and just assumed they were right. That's what happened.
Oh.
No, someone had a certain way they saw things. They were like, no, I am right. You were wrong. Or someone's coming in late, like, which movie? Like, we're past that conversation now. From what the internet, the film was directed by Taika, who co-wrote the script with Jennifer Caitlin Robinson. It's weird because, like, the main villain said acting in a green screen was the most soulless thing he's ever done. It's weird. I thought the director was supposed to make it a fun experience. I'm sorry. Taika gives some shit. Get shit now. He's had a bunch of hits, and then he fucking snoozed on a movie, and I'm not giving him praise for that shit. He's making millions of dollars, and he's banging tons of people at the same time. I'm gonna hold him to a fucking higher caliber. Otherwise, you give me the millions of dollars, and I get to have sex with everybody, Taika, because I'll make a good movie. Anyways.
Oh no.
Taika makes lots of great movies. He's fantastic when he gives a shit. And this movie, he didn't. He shit-talked the CG team and was barely present on set, apparently. And, you know, so I don't give a shit about this movie.
I vaguely recall hearing that he didn't want to do it.
No, he didn't.
And this was basically, and they're like, well, we don't care what you do, just do something. So he took them on their word.
Yeah. And it's a bad fucking movie that he got paid lots of fucking money to make, so in the end, it's bad. Well, I didn't want to make it. Then you should have said no.
But the money.
Yeah, okay, so you said yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You say yes. Make it. You don't get to fucking take the money and pretend you're above taking the money. That's not how it works. Oh, listen, I want millions of dollars. I don't have to do any work to earn it. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, I don't want people to enjoy and respect me creatively if I phone it in.
Yeah, I actually have to admit, I have very little sympathy for people in the entertainment industry who sign extremely lucrative contracts.
I have no sympathy. None. I don't have any sympathy for him because he's making millions.
What? I really don't want to do another Thor film. It's like, cry me a fucking river.
Oh, God forbid, Taika. Oh, then say no, Taika. Go executive produce What We Do in the Shadows and botch this season too. All right? Is that... Go micromanage Jermaine Clement caring more about this IP than you. I don't know what to tell you, bro. And then Quantum Mania is coming out. I'm just like, oh, we're doing Guardians of the Galaxy again. Okay. Literally, it's just Guardians of the Galaxy again. I'm like, interesting. And it looks okay. I saw the Quantum Mania trailer and went, all right, well, I know the plot in the entire movie now, but I did like the joke with, thank you, Spider-Man, as he's leaving the place. He just kind of waves over his shoulder, looks down, waves over his shoulder like, thanks. I love the idea of Ant-Man always being mistaken for Spider-Man. That's funny as fuck to me. Can we get some better fucking superheroes? They all suck. Wardick 40K. No, they don't. Don't say stupid things like that on my stream, okay? All superheroes suck. Yes, they all suck. That's why they made millions and billions of dollars, is they all sucked. By all means, all media is exactly as you say it is, Ward. God damn it. I hate that you like 40K like I do. Fucking hell. You like Warhammer 40k. Your opinion is immediately disregarded. I like it too, which so is mine.
Amazing.
I don't know, Ultra Speed. Why don't you type it out for me? My favorite thing is when people think they're being clever. It's like, nope, that's not. I know what you're doing. No, you don't. I'm like, all right, it's a bad faith argument. I do. Because I haven't admitted you can't prove it. I'm like, yeah, I can. I feel like I'm carrying. New guard tank looks like it was taken out of Valkyria Chronicles. Guard tank? The fuck are you talking about?
I'm just literally climbing this.
So you guys playing that new Overwatch 1 update called Overwatch 2? I heard it was I can't wait for Overwatch 3. I heard that was announced right after they were charged with even more sexual infidelity stuff again.
Oh boy.
My favorite quote was Blizzard dev throwing papers. Do you have any idea how gay the character we're gonna have to make to hide this scandal? They're gonna debut sucking cock immediately.
Oh my.
Well, Bannerlord 2 finally started yesterday? Finally. The official update. Oh man, now I'll play it. They yassified the woman heroes.
Oh.
Of course they did. All women are Harlequin. Why aren't you, guys, what aren't you understanding about Hollywood? All women are Harlequin. There are, men have 50 character tropes and women have 2, old woman and Harlequin. That's it. Okay.
There's the Jessica Rabbit as well.
No. We can't do that anymore because that's a woman owning her own sexuality and that's too threatening to men who are short or ugly.
Oh.
Which every time I saw any of those Iranian protests against the quote-unquote, what was it? What did they call it? The morality police? Every time I saw one of those morality police officers, I couldn't help but notice how short they were. I couldn't help but notice how tiny they were. They're like shorter than the women, and I'm like, oh, I get it. The only time they can feel like they're better than women, who they always look down upon, is when they're given a badge. Ah, okay, I get who they are. They're incels.
It's all making sense.
In Iran, they have incel police filled with incels.
Oh boy.
Oh, I know, right?
No.
Ba 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 ba.
I'm so proud. I got all the way up here without a ladder.
I'm really proud of you.
You should be. I fell. What did you
I know.
do?
The real adventure. It's the real fun is in the adventure, not the
Excuse
destination.
me. I worked very hard to climb this man.
Now I'm in charge. Oh god, there's so many nooks and crannies on this bad boy.
I know.
Oh, I got statue. I did get him.
You mean I did?
Oh god, statue backpack is a separate thing. Now I'm on top. Okay, chat. Okay, calm down, chat. Now calm down, chat. You're gonna have to backpack. All right, cool. Trident. King of the Hills come to Power Wash something I don't know. It's come to Disney Plus in Canada, and I watched a good chunk of it until I could tell that the writers left. Season 7. Complete shift of tone. It feels like every episode becomes very episodic. Instead of kind of like there's like an energy going through the original show. The episodes are still good. Yuzupion, hello Taka. How are you doing? I am power washing. We're joined by very talented cosplayer and yet another gremlin VTuber. Yuzupion in chat, everybody.
Ah, hello.
I found also one of the reasons why King of the Hill, according to Wikipedia, was cancelled. One of the chief reasons. It wasn't just to be replaced by the Cleveland show, everybody. That's a very convenient way for people who just hate that Seth MacFarlane is rich and fucks beautiful women. Because that's why they're angry at. They're angry that he gets to fucking punch above his belt by actually sitting down and working hard. And they're resentful of that. That's why when people say, well, Family Guy's still on the air, yes. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean they're going to cancel it. This world doesn't revolve around you. Maybe you're this is the first time you've ever heard it. It kills me, dude. One time I tweeted that I was like a fan of like South Park, and someone was, a person I actually followed was like, oh, that's still on the air. I'm like, yeah, 20 plus years, and they've had 2 video games. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's just gonna fucking fade away, dude. Jesus Christ, do you think that, is that what you think cancel culture is? Is that what you're like, all right, we cancel you. Now go to an island where you will die.
Yes.
It's like, well, no, they're gonna have to keep making money and doing their thing. No, we said they were canceled. They can't be happy. They have to kill themselves. But I can't admit I want them to kill themselves because then I'm not a good person. Because a good person wants people to kill themselves.
Half the time, cancel culture still tells people to kill themselves.
Oh yeah, well, don't you understand? Good people tell people to kill themselves.
Yeah.
The best. No. If people aren't telling other people to kill themselves, how do complete strangers know how good that stranger is?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't worry, Kim. Don't worry. That's how I felt because I saw this post, and I don't even like the guy. When Louis C.K. showed up, he won like some fucking award. And like, I thought we canceled him. I'm like, he had all his television shows. He can't perform in massive stadiums. He can't really get any mainstream news outlets to cover his shit. He still sends his specials out to his fans. Are you supposed to take away his fucking hands? Like, what the fuck? Do you just admit you want the guy to kill himself?
I predict that in the future, they will have like special like out to pasture place where they put
it's called Russia. It's called Russia, Kim, and that's where they all go. That's where what's his face went. You know, the guy. He had his. Oh, he's like not as good as Jean-Claude Van Damme, but like a step below. I believe he's a Native American performer, Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal was so in debt that a Russian oligarch paid for all his debt so they could have a pet celebrity.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's a common thing actually now. It's where a lot of celebrities end up in Eastern Europe, and they'll just be hanging out with rich people because they're literally paying them to hang out with them. They're literally paying for a Western celebrity to hang out.
So
with
it's like the Nick Cage movie.
Yeah, well that actually was something he was doing for a while too.
Oh, was it? Is that where the inspiration came from?
I think partially, because he actually was going to the Middle East and stuff too, making money for a while there before he started doing a lot of indie movies again. There was a brief period, I think, when he was losing everything, because he just was overspending everything. Like, he lost a dinosaur head and shit. I think he was going over there to do a bunch of that stuff. Appearances and shit to make money that way.
Well, I think the problem is that with some celebrities, they become so accustomed to a certain way of spending that they don't always adjust.
Yes, and that's why you can tell for some celebrities that that's kind of what happened with them. Seagal, Cage even. But Cage is weird. Cage is a very weird dude because I feel like we should hear horror stories about him, yet we don't.
That's because his family is deeply woven within the industry.
Aside from Cage, who else of his family is involved deeply in the industry?
Well, isn't he part of the Coppola family?
I don't know.
I'm almost positive. I'm pretty sure.
Nick Cage had 2 albino scorpions he has. I feel like he's the actor version of Michael Jackson. Minus all the kid fucking. But he's not hanging out with kids.
Coppola family. You know, Hollywood's mafia family.
That would explain why.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was related to the Coppola family, but I don't actually follow the Hollywood royalty shit because I don't give a fuck who your parents were. I don't fucking care. The circumstances of your fucking birth. I don't give a shit which vagina you crawled out of. It doesn't matter.
Well,
how
actually,
are you now?
The thing is that a lot of the time when you are, very rarely does it work out for you when you have the name attached to you. That's why most kids of celebrities who decide to be actors use a different surname.
That's why what's his face didn't call himself Estevez. Emilio Estevez is their actual fucking name, but they don't call themselves that. They call themselves Sheen. Michael and Charlie Sheen. They don't call themselves Michael Estevez. Charlie Estevez.
I think like the Baldwins are like one of the few people that it worked.
I think their actual name sounds good though. That's why.
Maybe.
And only one of the Baldwins made anything of himself. No, Adam Baldwin
true.
actually did a lot of TV work, made a lot of money. So I know he gets a lot of grief, but it's because he's like a right winger.
There's like the Baldwins and the Hemsworths.
God damn it, the Hemsworths. I love that there's all these Family Guy jokes, and now getting undressed with the Hemsworth brothers. Hello there, it's me. Alright, it's me, Liam. Said the second oldest Hemsworth. I'm just putting on my trousers, says the oldest Hemsworth. I'll hold on to them, said the third one, who was holding the trousers.
The third one that no one remembers the name
Family
of.
Guy's jokes go a little bit too far. Wardic 40K, I swear to God, you gotta stop saying shit like it's everyone agrees with you. I'm begging you, say, I feel like some Family Guy jokes go on a bit too far for me. That's what you need to say. Because when you say Family Guy's jokes go on a bit too far, you're saying that is the way it is. And every time you do that, I'm going to put a clown nose on you. And try and chase away yet another 40K fan. Because, yeah. Solaris Project, Kim, we got 1,000 bits.
Ah!
Adam Baldwin is not an alpha Baldwin. He's a hybrid Baldwin.
Oh, God. Allah. That's not good.
Man, it's true. Once people find out that Ben Stiller's father was Jerry Stiller, they're gonna lose their fucking minds. I don't think that one was too shocking, though.
There's a like. It's very interesting. Like there's
family lines. Oh, there's nepotism. Yes, but if I will of course give all my children every single leg up I can because, fuck it.
Well, the thing
there's no pride in some. There's only pride is like you get like in the end, association can open doors for you, but the only way to keep you in those rooms is to be good enough to stay.
Yeah,
there.
you have to have some talent for sure.
Yeah, you do. Otherwise, oh my God, oh my God, he's Woody Harrelson. Not Woody Harrelson. Fuck. He plays Woody. Hank Hill. No, Hank Hill. Tom Hanks.
Oh, that Woody.
Tom Hanks has two shitty sons that do drugs all the time, and no one gives a fuck.
But
literally, Chet. By the way, Chet Hanks fucking cursed his son. Chet Hanks, everybody, just at a random picnic, grabbed a microphone and started bitching about Biden. And I'm like, yep, that's about right for famous celebrity sons. I'm not making anywhere in the business. I'm off-putting. I don't read the room. I'm going nowhere in the business. It's clearly the liberal media's fault. It's like, yeah, here we go. Pipeline.
You know what celebrity kid I actually quite enjoy that's like recently a lot in things is
it someone's very aware that they're a celebrity
Ryan's
kid?
Son.
Who?
Meg Ryan's son.
I don't follow celebrities.
He plays what he in The Boys?
Was he in The Boys?
Yeah, he's the guy. The girlfriend dies at the beginning.
Oh, that's the main dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Meg Ryan's son.
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
And now that you know who his parents are, you'll never be able to unsee it.
Who's his dad, though?
Oh, what's his face?
I don't know.
He's another famous dude. Someone chat.
Jack Quaid? That's a weird... What? Huh. Well, yeah, Meg Ryan, Jack Quaid. Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid. Yeah, so not all the sons. Like, you know what's funny is the Hemsworth brothers. There's a third Hemsworth. It was like, oh god, the failure. The third Hemsworth brother's a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
The third Hemsworth brother is a fully trained doctor.
Yeah.
Arguably a much more difficult skill than pretending as an adult. Taking off your shirt and doing sit-ups.
But you have to it's that you have to cut so much for that 5 minutes.
Oh god! Oh god! It's just so hard. It's just so. I got the Bill Burr rant about actors bitching about having to lose weight. Go! Don't! Yeah! Eat quinoa! You rich fuck! Eat quinoa for the 5 million, you rich son of a bitch! Run! Run, you rich fucker! I love it. I love that shit. I love that shit. When actors complain, then say no to the roles.
Oh, I can't remember which comedian it was. Recently did was it a TikTok or a Twitter thing? But they were just wandering through New York City and they were just
Oh, I know the
bitching
guy.
about
I
COVID.
know exactly who you're talking
They
about.
were just bitching about COVID so
what's
loudly.
fucking
It
going
was
on?
amazing.
Hey, is that a cat? Mom, there's a cat out here. That's that guy. Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
that one.
I forget the comedian's name.
It was like my spirit animal.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best fucking comedians on social media. I forget his name all the time. But, you know, he was actually in Friends.
Really?
Yeah, he played Phoebe's cop boyfriend.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he was one of Phoebe's best boyfriends until, you know, she dated Ant-Man.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Phoebe ended up that's right, that motherfucker gets Friends money. Michael Rappaport, thank you very much. Michael Rappaport is the comedian. He is very talented, and honestly, I'm surprised he...
And
like,
smart. Is it like this?
You know the guy who played Gunther in that show? The guy, you know, the guy who was like forever in love with Rachel? That was the joke?
Mm-hmm.
So originally the first season of the show, apparently, they were setting up for the pilot or I think one of the episodes, and like, we need someone to convincingly make cappuccino. So he was a PA who did extra work, and he's like, I can do cappuccino. All right, get in the back there and do cappuccinos. So they just kept having him do that until they started writing lines for him. So before he passed away, every month he was getting upwards of $200,000.
Ooh.
Or something like, I think like a year, like $5 million or something like that was what,
Oh my
I forget
God.
what it was. Like it was an astronomical, because he had lines on camera eventually. He started talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he eventually, a year was like $5 million for just having a couple one-lines in that show every now and then. That's it.
I didn't realize we could see the volcano from here.
Oh, we can. We can.
Wow.
Right? All right. By the way, we're at 63%, Kim.
Oh, that's amazing.
Talk about being in the right place for the right time for the residuals. Oh, that's everything he said in every interview, apparently. He's just like, listen, I never intended to ever really make it. So if this is making it, that means I can be happy forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really neat stories like that, right?
Yeah, it is.
Hollywood, baby!
Hollywood. Oh, yeah.
Also,
it can be such a cruel mistress.
Oh, it's just like hearing about what's his face, the guy who played Chandler's actor.
Oh my God, yeah.
See, he gave a very tell-all interview about his addiction issues, actually, saying how much money he spent on recovery in total tally as well, and saying that, like, in the end, like one of the reasons why he had his mannerisms of speaking is in the first season, the actual live studio audience wasn't laughing half the time, and it was literally giving him panic attacks.
Oh.
Now, I want you to imagine, all right, imagine we make a joke, Kim, and no one reacts in the chat. But imagine they were all there staring at us.
Oh, no.
So I can only imagine what would happen if you were a cokehead.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yes.
So aside from that, I haven't finished the new Game of Thrones season, but I watched half of it so far.
Oh, I don't want... I've avoided.
No, this is my review.
Isn't it just like... Isn't it just incest?
No, well, to be fair, incest is like the thing Targaryens were known for.
I do know that, yes.
That was their whole thing
But
towards the end. That's why they all got
like,
really crazy.
I can accept it more as like an aside thing.
Let me sum it up this way. The first Game of Thrones series was great until they ran out of book. And then what essentially happened was...
they wanted to rush it to
Star
Wars.
So let me get into it. So essentially they had 3 seasons to 4 seasons of plot left, and paychecks for all those people. But because these 2 guys were offered a triple movie deal from Star Wars, from Disney, they're like, oh, awesome. I know we're making millions of dollars now, and we're paid to do this job, but let's not do our jobs. So they crammed down 3 to 4 seasons of plot into 1 season, and you can fucking tell. And to try and rush through so they could wrap up what they were working on instead of, exiting the show and finding new producers. Like they should have. But because they're fucking narcissistic dudes who've never been told no to before, they just assumed that they could do. Then they found out that they're not actually good at anything. They were just using someone else's work, and they tricked themselves. Because not only did they did the greatest crime ever. They literally killed a show's long-term earning potential. And for HBO, oh, that's a crime to them.
Oh, yeah.
HBO, literally, how they botched the last season made Game of Thrones unrewatchable because none of it matters. And that was the problem. What they did was so egregious. I don't think people were fully aware.
And the thing is, a lot of people who haven't watched it won't know.
Exactly. Now that people know it's bad, no one's going to go back and rewatch it. And that has devastated it for any kind of long-term money-making appeal. And they invested a lot of fucking money in that brand.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's the problem. And they went, you know what's more important? This next project than actually accomplishing this other project.
My career, yeah.
It's the narcissistic thing. So what's crazy to me is all those people who spent all that time on the show.
Yeah.
It's just,
Although you hear
they're
about
not going to get the same residuals. They're not going to get the same residuals.
Crying.
They're not going to get the actual residuals, the same residuals anymore because of how these guys botched it. They botched long-term earning potential for so many people because they were selfish. And then after they botched it, and after the finale came out, and everyone bagged on it for being absolute dog shit, Disney went, "We don't want to work with you. This is how you treat your employers." And then they removed the contract, so those guys were left with nothing.
Yeah.
And it was so now. My summation of this is it's really great to see a show where they're intentionally trying to avoiding watching the taste of ass out of everyone's mouth that the last show did. They're essentially having to start fresh all over again. And it could have been a way easier sell. People could have been excited if, this show had still been running. Well, it just sucks because think of all those actors, all those long shoots in the icy terrain and everything, all that time on camera, all the extra talent just sitting in trailers, cold, making the filming work, and to know that they're not going to get residuals now. The same amount of residuals because these guys made that decision. It's why I think big projects like this, it's more than just the creators, you know what I mean? It's the whole, it's the long-term actors, too, because their existence is marketing for the show. So you got to kind of think about them long-term, too. And I think that's just something that was very selfish that way. Now, I know George R. R. Martin's got his own writing issues, and people complain about how he writes women, and that's usually from complaints of guys who can't write women, or women who don't have the courage to write women. I'm sorry, most of the complaints about George R. R. Martin's writing is from non-writers, and I just think that's I just wave my hand away. Because I feel like he's a guy, so of course his writing of women's going to be biased. He knows the male experience. Like, if I were to write a book, I would know how to write it from a male's perspective because I'm a guy. I'm not a woman, nor do I know what it's like to be a woman. I know what it's like to be around women, and I use this term loosely, deal with being around women. But I know what it's like to deal with guys, but also be a guy. There's a particular thing about that shit. So I always kind of went that any criticism of George R. R. Martin is just kind of like, well, he's a guy. I don't know what to tell you, Did he get better about how he's writing certain things? Yes, he did. So one of my favorite writers had a lot of criticisms labored again. I'm not going to say who, about how he wrote women because the descriptions he would write sometimes were just a little bit suggestive. But and then I pointed out motherfuckers in his 60s. Got to factor that in. You gotta factor it in. Different era. Is he changed it up in recent times? Yes, it has to be. So now it's okay. I have an interesting perspective since I'm trans, lol. Yep, you do, and that's definitely yours.
Oh no. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. There's just something about the guy, something about the guy being all into his niece and.
That's the weird thing, because technically, I don't understand the full bloodline, but from what I'm understanding, they're brothers, but I don't think they have the same mother either, which is what makes it really. And I think actually, the brother's 50, her father's 50, 60, and I think his brother, quote unquote, is 20, 22, 23, and I'm like, it's one of these families, okay. That's royal families, though, especially in that kind of period piece. They're all fucking to have as many heirs as possible.
Yeah.
I will say it's really interesting in the first season because originally they cast the original actresses they wanted for the plot, and then they realized when they were making it that they needed to do a lot of flashbacks. Specifically, they needed a big flashback, so then they cast 2 lookalikes for 2 of the younger actresses to play younger versions of their characters in the first half of the first season, and that was really cool to see because they looked a lot like their adult versions.
Yeah, I would have to look comparison.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so much caked up mud on this. Oh yeah.
I thought you were about to say so much cake, and then I was all about it, and then you said mud and less about it.
No, less about that.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know that, like, in sorry, I was reading chat for a second. I know that in, like, I was recently watching The Empress on Netflix. It's originally in German, but they dubbed it, and the dub is actually not bad.
The Empress.
Yeah, it's about the Austrian Empress Elizabeth. And
it's a period piece.
Yeah, it is.
Piece?
Yeah.
Excellent.
It is a period piece one.
Posture checking.
So, but it's about
checking. I'm posture checking.
So it's about, like, you know, the main, the royal bloodline that everybody essentially is related to. The Bacons, you know, the Kevin Bacon of.
Oh yeah, but there's a couple bloodlines. Like Mary Queen of Scots bloodline is like that. Technically, I'm connected to that bloodline. You can tell how little I care, right? Because I've never, like, it's literally, oh, I don't give a shit. It's like, apparently, I don't even know how many hundreds of thousands of people technically have it. So I'm like, oh, so it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter at that point. Unless the animus is real and Assassin's Creed was real the whole time, then it might. Only then. Are you enjoying power washing?
It's very zen. It's very zen. Yeah.
It really is.
Talking about the big issues. Well, washing away the debt. Yeah.
Hit C, Kim.
Why?
You'll see. See that?
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, Kim. Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, Kim.
What?
Oh yeah.
What is this? What is this magic?
Oh, it's freeform. You're quite happy now.
I am. I don't want to talk about it.
Can I rate your fridge for? No, it's my food. Oh, chat. Why would you want to raid my food anyways, guys? You know, I know all you guys are all like monster girls or monster boys in the chat, and you don't want my human food. There's too many monster girls, Kim.
Not enough.
Don't look to chat for, you know, encouragement. You know what a bunch of enablers they are.
Not enough. All the monster girls, please.
Can I get a cheeseburger with bacon and grilled onions? Yeah, after I get mine.
I would also like a cheeseburger.
I would like a cheeseburger.
And I have.
Chat, listen. I can't. If you're not gonna be mean, if you're gonna be mean to me, chat, I'm turning this whole stream around. They're not being mean to me, by the way. I'm gaslighting them.
Wait, they're not? Since when? That doesn't sound like a real thing. Twitch chat being kind to a streamer. What?
No, they only ever do that ironically. Holy hell, this is gonna take a while still. Jesus Christ. Ah, the
69%.
Yeah! Sex. That means, you know what that means, guy? That means like they both hug, but they're coming at it from a different perspective, but yet a mirrored perspective, if you will. And the guy always has to be on the bottom in that scenario if there's any sense of fairness.
Yeah, pretty much.
Extra.
God.
I'm gonna make you watch that scene so you actually know the full context of it. Oh, it's funny. It's literally, when I realized what was happening and I heard Alex Borstein's laugh, I went, scream, I started laughing. I could not believe. Okay, bottom bitch. Oh, Wardick's really angry that I called him out. Alright, Wardick, you're on notice.
Well, do you keep saying war dick?
Wardig.
Oh.
Wardig 40k.
Okay.
That's good, because our eyes are running his ass. Well, hey Taco, can we send out a warning, temp ban, real quick on a warning? Oh, if you're not mad at all, all I will say is you can't really gotta kind of be a subscriber or be here for a while before you start doing your digs here. Otherwise, yeah, you're not being cheeky or friendly. You're just kind of being a dick. So you know, be
just being a troll.
It's kind of, yeah, being a dick. It's like it's cute, but I'm not gonna. You know, eventually, it's like, all right, well, stop it. Listen, there's a reason why certain sound redeems are subscriber only. If you're gonna tell me to hurry the fuck up, if you're gonna tell me to shut the fuck up, you best be a subscriber first. Otherwise, no!
Listen, this is a pay for abuse.
Yeah, no, you want to tell me to
abuse?
shut the fuck up? That's fine, but you gotta be a subscriber to tell me to shut the fuck up. I need to see that subscription fee before you tell me to shut the fuck up. That isn't just a swing on by, shut the fuck up, alright? I need some investment. You really gotta believe it, okay? Taka, you take all the time you need. Yeah, Nickel, every time I hear that from a lady. Also, the sound it makes there, too, at the end. If you wanna treat me like a bottom bitch, fine, but that costs you, okay? Respect is free.
Oh my god. I'm fine. Let's see. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think we're finishing this today.
No, we aren't. Remember when I told you how long it took me for what percentage I got to?
Yeah, I remember.
I hope everyone's doing well. Love the content. No, Countryman, you can't say that!
You make content?
He said, shut up, bitch, from The Rock. It's one of my favorite lines here. Shut up, bitch! It's just so perfect. It's like, ah.
Oh, shit. No.
I've never seen someone with such accuracy on liquids before. Well.
No,
then I guess you better stop watching those other streams.
Oh my god.
Because unlike those other streams, I'm not, I don't have boy smell. I have man smell. Okay? You have boy smell when your testicles haven't dropped yet. And yeah, a lot of boys walking around saying they have boy smell, and I'm like, interesting. I'm a man, so I have man smell. So when you grow up, you hit me up. You know, hit me up, and we can talk about how we can do it. It's called deodorant. We wear it or have a shower. That as well. Girls, once again, don't like being told that they have to take showers, even though they're the grossest. Kind of are. More places for the smells to get. You see. So what? What?
Listen, it's complicated. There's a whole like pH balance thing. You wouldn't understand.
No, I wouldn't. I would not understand. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't, chat.
Also, it's a diet thing. If you don't drink enough water, you have to drink enough water. You have to. You got to.
Got to buy
For
a
real.
little
That
tenderness.
goes both ways.
What about they and thems? They're the stinkiest ones of all.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's true. Just because for the point of this joke they are.
Wait, did you make that joke into chat?
Someone's like, what about they thems? I'm just like, the worst. Smelliest of all. I don't know. I'm joking. You know that. God damn it.
I know, but
Anyone who actually take offense to what I said sucks as a person, and I will fight them.
I just like disconnect.
Are you gonna go start the 4chan thread, or am I?
I haven't been on 4chan.
Why would you go on?
April.
Why would you go on there?
I haven't been because.
Why would you go on to the? Why would you go into the back alleys? And
Why would I? Because
they're doing drugs and saying awful shit. What do you think they're doing? What do you think they're doing? They watch VTubers. What do you really have to say about them? You know, like really, really. Chat. I don't mean to call you out this way, chat, but also low-key a little bit. Just, sorry. You had to hear it from somebody. Okay? I'm your father now. Are you in a cult? What game is this? Final Are you in a cult, son? I don't care. No man needs that many belts. I don't care what fantasy it is. Blame Zoran, I found you through him. Oh man, I do blame Zoran. For a lot of things. So does Kim, for a lot of things.
It's true. Like the time I was stuck in a bird's body. Not just any bird, mango.
Ah!
Mm-hmm.
See what I just did, Kim?
What?
3 perfect lines.
Ah, look at that.
When I completed one of the last jobs, I got the triple spray! Oh, you got it too. Ah! Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me just... I think I realized what we need to do some massive damage to this.
What was that?
Hold on one second here. I gotta go to the store. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Wait.
What did you do?
Wait, hold on. This should be crushing it right now. Stone cleaner.
Oh.
So I'm gonna do a coating of stone so it'll blast off way easier now.
Alright.
Whoa! Oh man, it's foaming up. What's so funny?
Nothing.
Okay. Good. I've never made a joke once on this stream. I've been painfully serious.
Nothing is funny.
I have been serious the entire time I've been VTubing. Nothing about what I've been doing has been ironic. Not a thing.
Never.
I will not submit.
But what?
The cake.
Kind of your go-to submission, yeah?
What? What about what? What did you say?
I said you will not submit. I said it's kind of your go-to.
I will not submit. I declare mistrial.
I am sovereign.
Your Honor, objection. Why? Because that testimony is devastating to my case.
Oh, fantastic fucking movie.
What movie?
The one you just quoted.
That's a Simpsons episode.
No, it isn't. That's Liar Liar.
That is
That's
that
Jim
from Lionel?
Carrey.
No, that's what Lionel Hutz said, too. Then they made the same joke.
Then they might have made the same joke.
They
but
might
it was
have made the same
It
joke.
was Jim Carrey first.
Well, Jim Carrey's Liar Liar was like the 3rd best movie he ever made. Fourth best
So
movie.
good. So
Fourth
good.
best movie. Fourth best movie.
Yeah, it is the Chancellor, isn't that Liar Liar? Yes! Oh god, it feels so good to be right. All the time.
Man, Chaz all over the place on this one. This is actually pretty split down the middle. So that's like, no, that is a Simpsons joke. No, that's a fucking joke from that movie. Guys, go look it up. Go look it up, chat. We gotta look up this.
It's because he says, I object. And they're like, why do you object? And he can't lie, so he says, because the thing is like, hey,
Lionel Hutz has a lot of those jokes too. That's maybe why I'm confusing you. Because he's actually considered the patron saint of lawyers. Because every lawyer joke has been made by Lionel Hutz. Do you have any more evidence to pronounce Mr. Hutz? Well, we have hearsay and conjecture. Those are types of evidence.
It's in both. Interesting.
It's in both. Okay, good.
So
All
then
right,
maybe, so then, what, interesting.
I will say that it being in both makes sense because those are both really good jokes.
It is a good joke. One is delivered because he can't lie, and the other one is delivered because he's an idiot.
One of my favorite jokes is, "Don't worry, Mr. Simpson. I've argued in front of judges all over the state, often as a lawyer." And then immediately someone knocks on the bars. "Quiet down in there!" And Hutz is in the cell beside him. It's just like, God, that's a good joke. Everything about that joke is perfect. It's almost like you can't make a better joke than that for a lawyer. It's like so hard.
Yeah. And then they did like the literal ambulance chaser joke.
They did that one too. Some of those old jokes, it's almost hard to do better. Like literally The Simpsons in one of the later seasons episodes was like, "Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong."
Yes.
It's such a good, like, you know they want to make that joke, but they're like, all right, how do we make this joke in a way that's fucking priceless? He just straight up says the true core thought of disliking stuff. I want to rewatch The Simpsons now. I will give my advice: restart halfway through season 3. Season 4 is where they really hit their stride. Season 3 is interesting. I think it's missing. People love season 1 or season 2, but it's very much of the Bart show in those two seasons. Season 3, they start experimenting a little bit more, and then, no joke, then they wrote season 3 and season 4 back to back, I believe, and then Conan O'Brien left the show. Conan O'Brien was one of their senior producers, and then he left to go make the Conan O'Brien show because he had the opportunity to do the Follow Leno. So, you know, he took that money, you know, like you would. So that's why him and Andy Richter left at the end of season 4, which is why technically the magnum opus of Conan O'Brien's Simpsons episodes is the Monorail episode was his.
Monorail!
One of the best ones of all time. It was his baby. And he actually came out at the 25th anniversary, and when he sang the song, he said, you know, it was an aside. I didn't think too much of it when I wrote it when I was making my episode, but 25 goddamn years later, it is the one thing people talk to me about The Simpsons is this motherfucking song.
Sometimes you just don't know when you're creating greatness.
Yeah, it's one of those things you never know what's happening when you're in the thick of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Behave like one day you'll be in a documentary. That's what I say. Behave like you'll be in a documentary one day. A lot of creators will be one day, and they'll be like, so what do you think about blank? They cheaped me out and didn't pay me. Oh, fuck! And it's cursed. You're cursed. Right, chat? You're cursed, chat. Thank you guys for the follows and everything right now. Thank you for taking care of that bandage. Unfortunately, we lost the guy I was having issues with earlier. Here's the thing. You can be kind of off-putting and kind of rude in chat and not really know it, but when you're intentionally doing stuff and saying rude shit, you're not even a subscriber, you just want a reaction. So go back to the WoW forums or the Overwatch 2 gameplay sessions where you belong, troll.
Yeah.
I mean this, and it sucks because I don't want to just assume negative things about people and stuff like that, but like, biggest warning sign for me with people is where we'll talk about a subject like Family Guy, Simpsons. They'll be like, "Oh, that show's not good." It's like, your imperative right now is to let everyone know that how personally you don't care for the thing we're talking about. You could just shut the fuck up like I do when we're talking about shit I don't care about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a person's displeasure or their curation, their thought, their love, or rather their opinion on a piece of entertainment is more important than another person's. It's like, just because I love The Simpsons, just because I love Simpsons, I think Family Guy can be pretty fun sometimes, and I think South Park is a wonderful piece of art. Just because I think that doesn't make me think it's perfect. I think a lot of episodes are dog shit and trash, and just because I like it, it's because I have a personal connection that I've kind of explained to you guys. Not everyone has that personal connection. So, you know, just know that if you go into media, if I talk about something you don't care for, if I talk disparagingly, God forbid, about something you don't care for, know that I am under no illusion that my opinion's not correct because it's a piece of media. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not successful. Plenty of things that are successful that I don't care for. I never watched an episode of Steven Universe because I thought, it wasn't for me. Do I think Steven Universe is a bad show? No show gets 5 seasons by being bad at something. That's the way it works. It's like, well, what about Family Guy? It's a good show. It pulls solid ratings and pays for itself. Yeah, but I don't like it. Your opinion on something's being good or bad does not mean it's successful or not. And I think that's the one thing that's always killed me is people will come in here when I talk about different media and be like, well, my opinion's right. It's like, dude, no, it's not. My opinion's not right, and I give more of a shit than you. One time I had somebody tell me that they didn't like South Park. And by the way, they're completely correct to have this opinion. They didn't like South Park because they felt that the creators and the writing was too cynical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now, would you say that's a fair argument, right?
I mean, so
they
is
can
like
be, they can be
pretty
quite
much
cynical.
any comedy-based show.
But even them, they can be quite cynical about some things sometimes. And I am very upbeat and very positive of a lot of stuff. And I asked my friend, but if I'm a big fan of that show and it's a very, if everyone gets their, you know, not caring message, why do I care so much?
Hmm.
And it was kind of an odd thing. It's like in the end, some people just have higher tolerance of certain kinds of comedy, and some people don't.
I guess.
And it's why when people come in there and go like, well, I didn't like it, it's like, who gives a shit whether you liked it or not? I'm talking about how I liked it. Go do a podcast about how you didn't like something. It'll be uninspired and boring. Because saying why you didn't like something, there's a million reasons. Why don't I like Steven Universe? Because of the experience he's going through I can't relate to. I had 2 parents. I'm not a single child. I am not LGBTQ+. I'm a cis het. I'm straight. I'm in my 30s. Shit ain't for me. Shit's for somebody else, and it's good. Same with Turning Red. Remember when Turning Red came out? The show for women and girls? Because it's a show about, like, having a big metaphor for talking about growing up and having a period and shit. It makes you feel awkward. And a bunch of fucking 30-year-old men got fucking angry. And I'm just like, dude, why do you give a shit? It's not for you. It's because their entire identity is rolled into an animation. Because since they were a kid, that's kind of how they based their existence off of, was animation. I remember when everyone was bitching about Red, and I didn't want to get in trouble, but I wanted to, like, Turning Red, I wanted to say, guys, you can still rewatch Invincible. That'll still be there for all the boys, okay? All the guy adult comics will be there, you know? And it's just kind of, like, in the end, you don't have to, like, in the end, if you want to talk about something you don't like, you gotta say, I didn't like it. It's not good. You know what I mean? Like, that's...
See, the thing that confuses me is you get that, yeah?
Yeah.
But then, you have bronies. Yeah?
Bronies, can I tell you why that happened? I can explain to you exactly why that happened.
Why?
Because the writing quality for a children's show was too good.
No
joke. I think I watched one episode one time, and I totally got why guys got into it. Because this is a mixture of everything. The animation was really nice. It came out at the right time. The writing wasn't childish.
No.
It wasn't. They had children in mind, but it wasn't entirely childish. And I will say this, and this is a compliment to the performers. The actresses and actors, for the male parts, but the actresses in particular, fucking crushed it.
Yeah, they did.
They were so likable as their characters that everyone fell in love with their performance. I know all their characters are very stereotypical, but for stereotypical characterizations, they're really well written. And that is what everyone fell in love with the characters. Not wanting to fuck a pony. They fell in love with the personality the pony had. And I think this is the one thing that everyone kind of forgot was I'll say this, these female characters are so well written that guys are falling in love with them.
Yeah, it's just that, like, the reason why I brought it up is because the whole, like, cutie mark, waiting to get your cutie mark was definitely a period thing.
Oh yeah, that's why I always feel odd giving grief to the brony guys, because I'm like, I can't blame them for responding to really well written shit. You know,
yeah.
I can't. That's what happened. They got an extra fan base that just really wanted really well written female characters. Yeah, they did. Without too much sexualizing, they did that on their own private time. So yeah, and that's always what was kind of crazy to me about that shit. Which is why, I mean, I made fun of them and shit, because like any hyper fan of anything is you can make fun of them. You know, like I'm a big wrestling fan. I'm a big Warhammer fan. You think there aren't fucking shots to take at me? Thank you so much, Zacher, for the sub.
I've watched both that generation of My Little Ponies with my elder daughter, now I'm watching the new generation with my younger one.
You can see why guys fell in love with characters, though, right? They're not. Yeah. I didn't say it was a healthy thing they did, but you can tell why guys became obsessive over some of these girls, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing why some girls will really get into certain like manga and shit just because of how boy characters are portrayed, right?
Right.
Same premise. It's literally. I know it sounds crazy because it's a children's show, but I'm like, yeah, but that's where the good writing ended up.
You know? I'm getting a note and I have to go. Yeah, I have to go deal
You
with
have
some
got
family
to be kidding me, Kim Ryan. You have got to be kidding me. I can't believe.
Sorry, my eye is all.
2.5 hours.
No,
2.5 hours.
I apologize, but I do.
Well, and now everyone. I'll tell you this, guys. For all Warhammer fans in the chat, remember, and this is true from my heart, as someone who's collected been a fan of the franchise, oh my God, for 23 years, okay? It's the longest relationship I have with a franchise. Warhammer 40K, the model art, the fandom, the community, and the brand is good because of the fans and was successful not because of Games Workshop, but in spite of Games Workshop. And I want you to all know that if you've seen me ragging on Warhammer. I love it. Personally, I'm actually struggling and chatting with Zora and going, how do we deal with this? I want to play Dark Tide. I want to play I want to play these Warhammer games, but I can't because they canceled TTS. They canceled TTS, which is the best fan series, and I played an integral role in that. And as someone who was harassed for years, having my show threatened, to have it taken away from somebody who was genuinely a better man than me and a better producer than me, when he's a father and a good man, it shattered my heart in a way that's so specific to me. It's why I always try and describe to everybody, like, I want to talk about Warhammer. I love it, but I also want... Yeah, you gotta get going, don't you?
Yeah, it's an important thing, so I do have to
take care of everything. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Bye, chat.
Now, Joseph Hazard will end things off here. I will say this real quick, everybody, as well. Bye, Kim. I will say this as well, everybody, about Warhammer. It's the true sadness of it all is it's a fantastic brand with a million artists who do good. I just got done the Horus Heresy novel. So it breaks my heart that I can't sit here and talk about it because I feel like if I talk about Warhammer, I'm encouraging the brand and I'm encouraging the company to make money that personally fucked over. So this is why this shit matters to me, and I'll explain it again to everybody so you know, just so I'll wrap things up here. A nice, nice little bow. The reason why I get really, really, really stressed out about this specifically is when I first started, when I reached out to Alphabusa, or Alphabusa reached out to me. I don't remember who did what, but we started chatting, and he told me, one of the first conversations he said, because I was just chatting about I loved his process, I'd seen it for a while, he said his greatest inspiration was Dragon Ball Z Abridged. He felt inspired by us to make Warhammer Abridged, essentially, but he didn't really have the means, so he did PNG tubing before anybody else did as a means to an end, and I appreciate somebody who goes, well, I have all these limitations, I still want to do my show, what do I do? He made it work. He made everything work with him. It's the same thing the South Forest guys do, and I like who want to make something and don't just make excuses why. Well, I don't have a perfect animation team, so why bother? Every person who thinks they're a great idea guy but never, follows through on everything thinks that way. But Alphabusa actually did it, found happiness, made a company, had employed his friends as voice actors and as writers for a fandom series that everyone loved for free. Like, he was making money himself, but the Games Workshop wasn't paying for a single fucking thing. Free advertising. And he told me in confidence that his inspiration was Dragon Ball Z Abridged. This is this guy who made essentially my favorite internet series. I was told that my series was his inspiration. And that fucked with my head a lot, because all I can think is, we're just making gag dubs, dude. You're making your own animation, and that's why I think you're better than us, dude. You're going for something that didn't have a visual media that we could just take from. You have to make everything yourself. We gotta rip the cake. Sorry, guys, no more cake zone. And what breaks my heart is, in the end, so Warhammer Plus canceled everything. So Games Workshop canceled everything for their Warhammer Plus service, and they posted a brag last year that in total tally, all of their original series had 2 million views in total tally. That's right, everybody. The entirety of TTS was harassed and canceled so that some jackass who's too old to do the job he's doing could have things done his way. And he was paid a lot of money to do it, and it led to absolutely fucking nothing. I would love to do Warhammer content because I love the Warhammer 40k universe. I love Caiaphas Cain. I love Gregory Eisenhorn. I love Dan Abnett books. I love the Horus Heresy novel series. I love the memes. I love the jokes. But I feel like if I did something and I have to make sure that my displeasure with Games Workshop as a company was covered, on the same token, I do not want to distract Alphabusa from making his vampire show, which is really fun. because, once again, Alpha Boost is a hard-working guy who has another show getting hundreds of thousands of views for an unknown vampire game. And you want to know why? Because him and his writers are fantastic at what they fucking do. And I told Alpha Boost of this, and I'll say it on stream, the second he decides it is time to bring back TTS and he is comfortable, I will be there day one to play Abaddon the Despoiler, Caiaphas Cain, and of course, the glorious Dreadnought Custodes Santodes. Humongous Terminator Daddies. That was me, actually, guys. That's me doing a pitch modded guru voice. Because in the end, when he asked me, hey, again, I've been collecting Warhammer, everybody, since I was 12, I think 12 or 13 years old. I don't fully remember the age. You know, 12 to 13 years old was when I started doing it. And what was always crazy to me is I realized I had the longest relationship with this brand more than any other brand. Maybe Star Wars, but I didn't collect Star Wars figurines. I didn't have a Star Wars army. I didn't go to Star Wars stores to play Star Wars battles, though, you know? Back in 2012, I started listening to the Horus Heresy novel series, and just last week, I got done the final book. And I feel like I can't really talk too much about 50 Warhammer novels. So one of the things I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to talk to Alpha Busa, because I do want to do some Warhammer content, but I also want to boycott Games Workshop. So I'm in this awkward place where I'm trying to find a happy medium. So I'm going to talk to Alpha Busa about maybe doing some Warhammer content at some point, but I need to talk to him because I'm very, like, again, guys, he was told by the parent company that encouraged him to make shit to stop making shit with no rhyme or reason, and they never bothered to communicate with him because that was intentional. They intentionally told him not to do anything because they told him to stop, they get in trouble. If they didn't say anything, they have plausible deniability, so he just stops on his own, they can rinse their hand, they were lazy and cowardly. Which is why, if he gets a chance to bring back TTS, I hope he does. And here I'm gonna give you one more, guys, a little bit tidbit here. Warhammer Plus, the Warhammer streaming service. Imagine if they debuted an HD remastered version of TTS first season with brand new microphones and brand new animation. Oh yeah, you'd watch that, wouldn't you? See, if the guy who at Games Workshop was in charge actually knew his job and didn't just say he knew his job, that would have happened. Yeah, it would have. So there you go, everybody. That's why I don't talk about Dark Tide or Warhammer too much on stream, because I'm just actually personally, on a very personal level, very mad at Games Workshop. Very angry at them. Because essentially, they literally burned free advertising down to the ground for subpar official company advertising run by one guy whose idea it was to shut down all the fan series and with no apologies given. Because that man, much like some people, is just a narcissist who only cares about himself. And I know some people get all like, you don't know his full story. He made the active decision to cancel TTS. He knew what would happen. And if he said he didn't know, then why on earth was he in charge of IPs if he didn't know what IPs were on the internet? No, seriously, think about it. If his job was to make shows, and he just blanket canceled everything without knowing what was out there, why is he employed? His job is to know what's going on, and he chose to willfully ignore what is going on. You know what I mean? You get it, chat? Like, this is why I get really mad about this, because the egregiousness of this decision is so beyond the pale of, like, just acceptable corporate behavior. And I know that a corporate guy said this, but, like, did no one mention, like, hey, if we cancel web series, the show with the most views will stop making? And were they like, well, we know that, but our ideas are better? Well, we know that, but who cares? Oh, our fans might be angry, but since when do we make decisions thinking about that? It's just why I'm very confused. And I feel like what might have happened was the guy who was put in charge of making IPs for Warhammer lied. It's the only way I can think of it, because I feel like if he told the truth, like, hey, there's lots of popular web series, and then the CEO's like, all right, cancel them, I'd be like, nah, that doesn't it's probably doesn't make any fucking sense, you know? That doesn't make any sense. And if he's like, so you didn't know about that and you took a paycheck doing that, it's like, it's the same reason why I bitch about, like, you know, Cowboy Bebop, because, like, when I heard that some of the writers didn't like the IP, I'm like, didn't quit. You have to like what you're doing, otherwise what you're doing is going to be trash, and that can only be done for certain jobs. Well, Mr. Dan's Light, that's why I'm really confused about this decision, because I'm just like, did no one tell them how many views TTS had? Did the guy in charge of web series not know the web series? Like, where is did the CEO look at that and make that decision? Like, whose mistake is this? Because to imply this wasn't a fuck-up is just beyond hilarious. And I feel like if I went to court, they'd be like, that's already been found, sir. No, it's not, because the entire court case is about how you fucked. You see how militant I get about this shit, guys? It's because, like, I've supported this brand for so fucking long. I just want people to enjoy it, man. I like Warhammer. It's a fun universe with a lot of really cool ways. All right, you're in charge of making IPs. I'm in charge day one. You know what I do? I contact Amazon, and I'd be like, hey, Amazon, you know that show you made for that D&D show on Twitch? Yeah? How about you do an animated hour-and-a-half long movie with the same animation style for Warhammer? Like, I don't know, like Ultramarines fighting Tyranids or some shit. I don't know. So Ultramarines fighting orcs. Keep it simple. Just do a fucking action movie. That's what I would do. I'd be like, let's give this IP to a reputable studio, cast a director who gives a fuck about Warhammer and knows his art, pay them, and make a good IP that after it's made, you'll own and people will come back over and over to rewatch it. Which is what kills me, that the guy in charge of Warhammer was, no, in 2020, we'll make our own streaming service. The arrogance on display is just so killer, man. Because if I was in charge, I'd be like, all right, we'll take Gregor Eisenhorn and make 3 movies out of him right now, animated. Who would you cast as Gregor Eisenhorn? Jonathan Banks. Like the actual guy who plays Mike from Breaking Bad. That's who I'd cast as Gregor Eisenhorn. Because once you got voiceover, you can cast anybody. Yeah, man, it would be nice. But anyways, guys, we got another 20% of this fucking place to clean up here. But I got right into somebody here, guys. So we're gonna be playing some Deep Rock Galactic later. So swing on by, everybody, and thank you for testing out the soundboard. Shit. Okay, did that work? Come on, play it again. Play it again. Shit. All right, well, there you go, guys. Now you know. Shit. All right, so Deep Rock Galactic available on Steam. We'll be playing that a little bit later tonight, guys. I'm gonna go right into somebody here as well. I want to thank you all so much for streaming by my stream. I know these aren't the most attended of the streams I do, but no worries. Actually, before I head off, would you like to hear my schedule for the week, guys? I'll give you my schedule for the week. I burped a bunch. Don't worry about it, chat. Oof, man, I keep belching. I just keep belching. And everybody, you might have noticed something in the chat as well. I'll be doing a big public announcement, but we have a new sponsor here at the stream as well. Guys, we got Gamer Subs. That's right, everybody. Gamer Subs. No, it's good. It's good, Mr. Dan's Light. Thank you so much for the 200 bits, man. But yeah, we are now sponsored here by Gamer Subs. That's right, everybody. With code W101, you get a hell of a discount. All I can say, I'll get more information providing that. I'll be doing an ad this week as well. That's not the only announcement. We have 2 announcements this week. The Gamer Subs one is considered minor. So I know this sucks. Announcement of an announcement's coming, but I mean that. We will be announcing it, and it'll be a big deal. So I do hope you guys check it out, because let's just say we've been in development for a while on this thing, and that's all I can really say right now. Again, I'm trying to keep this on the down low. Bring on the gamer fart. Nope. That's gonna be no gamer fart on my watch, chat. Wanna know why? Wanna know why, chat? Because I believe in blocking out the pain. You gotta block out the pain. Make your body grow.
Gotta block out the pain. Make your body grow.
That's true, guys. You gotta block it out. Make your body grow. Now you know. And not because you're being sponsored, right? I am sponsored by Gamer Subs. I am. I just said I was. Bah! Okay, so anyways, we got to raid into somebody here. Raid. Oh, man. All right, where should we go? Which direction should we go, guys?
At the corner, take a flight.
Alrighty, let's... Actually, sorry, I gotta grab my schedule here, guys. I am just scatterbrained as all high holy hell. I do apologize, guys. 1 second here. Grabbing stuff for grabbing stuff today. Grabbing stuff. Motherfucker! That's where I fit the screen. There we are, everybody. Hey! See that first one there? Power Wash Simulator. Hey, there we go, guys. That's right. That's right, everybody. Wait, hold on. Deep Rock Galactic later this afternoon as well. That is correct, guys. Ooh, I'll raid the frog yet to this. Chibi Halloween collab special at 4 p.m. PST. We have a very special stream in mind. This is not going to be a regular Chibi stream. It'll be a little bit different. Kind of a Halloween special. This Friday, that's right, everybody, we have none other than Lena Lazar! That's right, everybody. I have been waiting to get Lena at this bar for about a year here to make schedules match up here. Now, no joke, 3 people contacted me when I first started becoming a VTuber. Mim, Tricky, and Lena Lazar with a 3. That's right. And on Saturday, I got South Park with Mim over on Mim's channel. Yeah. We have the last DLC of the South Park Fractured Butthole to play. We are going to Camp Tardicaca. That's right, everybody. So, in the meantime, let's raid into... All right, now everyone, I need you to go say Toad Streamer, Toad Streamer, Toad Streamer, Toad Streamer, Toad Streamer, Toad Streamer, Toad Streamer. It's time, chat. You have to call her Toad Streamer. It's the only way. On the way. On the way. On the way. See ya, Vortex, Naomi, Crockvar, Dark Max, Bird of Chile, Dragon Sonic, Zendo, Krenel, Shinichi Kiddix, Spider Phantom. Thank you all so much.